Good evening, SB Ballard Stadium tonight, where the Old Dominion Monarchs play host to the Liberty Flames in a Commonwealth showdown. Welcome inside the booth. Scott Jackson, Andy Mishaw here with you as we get you ready for this one. Kind of the tale of two different seasons so far, Andy. Liberty comes in three-game losing skid. ODU off the bye. They've won two in a row, and, of course, the big dominating win at Virginia Tech.
Yeah, they were rolling. I mean, it seemed like everything that could go right for them up in Blacksburg did go right for them. I mean, Colton Joseph, another outstanding game for him, and they just started hot and stayed hot out there.
Well, for Liberty, if they're going to get it going right tonight, they're going to need a lot from Evan Dickens, the running back.
Yeah, both of these teams are really good running teams. Quarterback could be issues. We don't know who's going to be out there. It's going to be interesting to see. It could be a little slick out there, too. So establishing the run is going to be important for both of these teams, and Dickens is one of the best ones they've got.
For Old Dominion, it's the player of the week from 2 weeks ago in the Sun Belt, Colton Joseph at quarterback, the one to watch here.
Yeah, he made so many good decisions up at Virginia Tech. He was reading the defense really well. And the question mark with him was some accuracy, but he proved that 2 weeks ago at Virginia Tech. Some of the passes he made, he was dropping them into tiny spaces right on time.
Ricky Ronnie says probably the best two-game span Colton Joseph has played in his Old Dominion career. Should be a good one here this evening as the Monarchs and the Flames get ready to kick it off. We're going to get to see Liberty's offense here first. Andy, something different from Liberty. They win the toss. They usually defer like everyone else, it feels like, in football these days. But they've decided to take the football first. And so that means we're going to get to see their quarterback, Michael Merninger, here early going, the redshirt freshman from Cardinal Gibbons, as they're going to get the football first. Ethan Vasco, as you alluded to in the open, did not warm up and is out tonight. He's in street clothes.
Yeah, it was going to be 50-50. It was kind of feeling that way all week long. Nobody knew what was really going on. He said he was going to play, and the coaches said maybe he's not going to play, and it was going to be game-time decision. And the rain, the deluge out here earlier may have played a part in that, but it looks like it's going to be Merninger.
So it is rainy, as we mentioned, out here right now. Muggy. Callahan to kick it. Riley Callahan for the Monarchs. And the receiving player is Juju Gray, and he gets a little stutter step. Now he's got the 25. He's got some room over there, 35-40, crossing midfield, and he's finally knocked out of bounds by the Monarchs coverage team. So excellent field position for this Liberty offense for the first time this evening as they get the football.
And Julian Gray, Juju they call him, he will be a part of this offense. They move him all over the place, kind of as a scat back. Sometimes he's in the backfield, sometimes he's split out wide, but you see the speed right there. That's why he is dangerous. Some good blocking up front. He found the seam, and it's really good field position for the Flames to start.
Of course, Flames looking for something good to happen. Jamie Chadwell's team on a rare three-game losing streak. And we're going to see out of the pistol right away, Michael Merninger, the starter here tonight, played in the second half of that loss to James Madison. And the give to Dickens left side. He's got nowhere to go. Monarchs quickly stacking him up. Trinidad's in there. Forbes is in there. Max in there.
This offense the Flames run, it sort of reminds you of a triple option, but it's really not. I mean, they've got some semblance to it. But they will drop back and throw it, especially with Merninger back there. They say he's a little more accurate than Vasco. Does not have the legs Vasco does, but they can open it up a little bit more.
This time he's going to throw it, and he's got Gray, Juju Gray. He's not going to get far. He gets about 4 yards. They're going to mark him out of bounds just at the Old Dominion 39. So third down coming up here early.
Yeah, this is kind of what they wanted to do. We were talking with Jamie Chadwell. He said one of the biggest things to do, I mean, before considering the weather, was just to get a rhythm going. You want to get Merninger in there, get him some snaps, get him some easier throws, and the little zip route out to Gray in the flat is a perfect example of that.
So Merninger out of the pistol again with Dickens behind him. Tight end comes in motion is Caleb Ryan. Dickens is going to have the first down and a little bit more. Jerome Carter dumps him down at the Old Dominion 30, but 1st and 10 for Liberty as the drive continues.
Officials timeout for helmet off the defense.
As Fred Giles lost his hat, he's got to come out for one play. But, yeah, this is going to be – I mean, the rain is sort of slacked off now, but it was coming down in sheets for hours before kickoff. The field was saturated. There's standing water on the sidelines. It's going to be slick out there. This is going to be an old lineman kind of game. And they just cleared a hole right there.
Merninger again out of the pistol. Takes the snap, gives it to Dickens, going left side. Piled up there after about a yard pickup. And Forbes in on the tackle for the Monarchs.
Now, the Monarchs defense has been pretty solid so far. They're top 50 as far as points go, but they've been a lot better against the pass than they have been against the run. The run has caused some issues, and Liberty knows that coming in, and they're going to try to make them pay and get some yardage between the tackles and then open it up downfield.
In motion, Caleb Bryan now settles. High snap taken. Dickens carries, cuts it back. Doesn't have much room as he's taken down by the Old Dominion defense. Mario Easterly in there, so that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 8, we'll call it.
One thing right there you notice on the read option, Mertinger's not drawing a whole lot of eyes. I mean, if Ethan Vasco is out there, you got at least 2 or 3 sets of eyeballs on him on every one of those read options, whether or not he's going to keep it or not. Mertinger will keep it occasionally just to keep you honest, but this defense, those guys in blue out there, they're not nearly as concerned about him keeping it.
Mertinger looked to the sideline now for the play, and now they flip the back. Dickens to his right. They're going to have to burn a timeout.
Yeah.
Liberty, as the play clock was getting late, and they burn an early timeout here with 12:03
Liberty
to go.
calls their first timeout.
With a big
This will be immediate timeout.
Big possession, though. Big down coming up. They may or may not want to go for it on 4th down on this part of the field, but this is a big down coming up, and you definitely don't want to give up free yards with a penalty in this critical time.
Well, we'll take a timeout as well here early as we are scoreless. Liberty on the move, but big 3rd down ahead. You're watching college football here on ESPN. Back inside SB Ballard Stadium here at the campus of Old Dominion, where Liberty Flames, big 3rd down coming up, a 3rd and 8 on their opening drive. Quarterback Michael Mertinger had to burn the timeout before the play clock went down and just got it in time. And now here comes a 3rd down as they try to keep this drive moving from the Old Dominion 28-yard line. Scott Jackson, Eddie Bashaw here with you. And it is still raining a little bit, although it appears to be slowing down. I'm scared to say that, Andy, because every time I do, it seems like it picks up again.
Oh, we can see the field, so it's an improvement over pregame.
That's for sure. Mertinger out of the shotgun. Dickens to his right. Takes the snap, looking to throw the slant, and it's low and incomplete. Now we'll see the decision whether they want to kick in this wet, Andy, or keep the offense out there. And it looks like no decision as Jay Billingsley starting to come out on the field for a field goal attempt.
Had they picked up a little bit on that, if they'd have come up a yard short, then I think that gets an interesting decision. As it is, I mean, the field is drier. There's no standing water on it anymore, but it's still slick out there, and the ball is still going to be wet. So this is, I mean, a clean operation is not a guarantee.
Billingsley attempting from 36, from 46 make that. He hit one from 47 last week against James Madison. Kick is on its way, and the kick is going to be wide left. So Liberty able to get that very good kickoff and good field position, but they come up empty on the opening drive. So 11:56 to go in this opening quarter. We'll get to see Colton Joseph and the Old Dominion offense in pretty good field position to get started.
And I don't know if that had anything to do with the weather or the ball, but I think he just pulled that a little bit.
Definitely had the distance. It was high enough, but again, wide left. Last week, drilled the one from 47 against James Madison, but this one
he's
was off the mark.
Career long of 54. I mean, the distance wasn't an issue.
So we get to see Old Dominion, Colton Joseph. And Traquan Jones is going to be the starting running back tonight, who has, of course, been quite a story. 2 back-to-back 100-yard games. Has the school record with a 93-yard touchdown in his first touch of the season here at home a few weeks back against North Carolina Central.
4 touchdowns all the season. All he's doing is averaging 14.7 a carry.
And Colton Joseph is going to throw it. Got his receiver diving catch made, or are they going to call it a catch? Brown says he has it, and he does. So Old Dominion able to strike quickly with the passing game as Trey Brown III makes a nice snag.
The RPO and the glance route, that ball was low and out in front of him. Diving snag to pull that in. Monarchs are going to snap this, or at least line up really quickly. No call for a review yet, so.
Joseph takes a snap. This time gives it to Jones. Jones right side's got a hole. He's across the 50 down to about the 45-yard line of Liberty's. So a strong pickup of about 9 yards on 1st and 10.
And you notice, I mean, nobody really huddles anymore, but how quickly they get to the line. And, I mean, talking with Jamie Chadwell, he was saying that not only keeps you from subbing, but it also keeps your defense kind of basic. You can't do much to hide coverages, and it makes it a lot easier for Colton Joseph to make good decisions, to make good reads, because he's had a good look at it.
This time another give straight ahead. Jones has got the first down and a little bit more as the pile is still pushing him, and he'll finally be taken down at the 42-yard line of Liberty. So 1st and 10, Old Dominion, the drive continues. We got refs blowing whistles here.
Yeah, Monarchs are trying to go fast, and they're trying to switch a dry ball out there.
Yeah, it was interesting talking to Jamie Chadwell about the tempo and how, they want to play more people. They thought they didn't do a good job subbing early in their last game against James Madison. As the game went on, there was some fatigue.
Yeah, you can see that in the second half, especially in the third quarter. James Madison, their line just took over that game, and you could kind of feel Liberty running out of gas a little bit.
Joseph again gives it to Jones. Jones makes a mound miss, spins around, dives forward. We'll get it inside the 37-yard line of Liberty. So nice little running there once again by Traquan Jones.
But the speed, talking about the decisions, when you're talking about the RPO game, if your quarterback is sitting there, even if they don't snap it quick, if they're lined up quick, he's looking at the safeties. He already knows whether he's going to pull it, whether he's going to throw it, whether he's going to hand it or keep it himself. The more time you give him to have a chance to watch that defensive formation, where the safeties are, the easier that decision is.
Joe, another give to Jones, and he's going to get stacked up quickly. Not much of a gain, maybe a couple, but he gets taken down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short for Old Dominion. Host of Flames there in on the tackle, led by number 15, Braylon Green, the safety, came down on that one.
And what you're seeing is a lot of 2 deep. These safeties are deep, and they are spread wide, which means it's a run look.
3rd and 1, Jones again, the lone back. 2 receivers on each side now. Butler, the tight end, in motion. Give to Jones, who's got the line to gain, it looks like. Yes, the referee spots him about a half yard in front of the line and says move those chains. So Old Dominion's drive continues here in Liberty territory at the 31-yard line.
So I've had 1 RPO glance on a great catch by Brown, and the rest has just been up the middle because the Flames are starting to take away the deep routes, and it's leaving the running lanes open. Now they switch to a 1-high look, and let's see if the Monarchs adjust.
So Butler, the up back to the left. Play action this time. Joseph looking to load up. Throws over, and another catch And a first down as Ja'Cory Thomas comes down with that one.
Yep, safeties come up. You got one high safety. Joseph saw it all the way. You go right back to the RPO glance. This time he hits the other Hutchinson transfer and Traquan Jones, or Ja'Cory Thomas.
So Ja'Cory Thomas with the catch puts Old Dominion at the 14-yard line, make that the 13-yard line of Liberty's. So they can't get a first down before they'd go goal to goal here. Give to Jones. He's got a big lane right side. He's got the 10. Ball pops out. Picked up by Liberty. Coming the other way. Oh, and tripped up. Good defensive play on the offense. There's Green. Braylon Green was looking to take it to the house. But big turnover there. We talked about the field conditions and the ball. Trying to keep it dry.
Going on the field is a fumble.
We already have a fumble here in the early going, and a
first down
one for the
Liberty.
Monarchs.
Not much question about that one. That ball never hit the ground. It popped right out of his hands, right into Green. I tell you what, that was a touchdown saving tackle there, because Joseph may have been the only other guy that had a chance to catch up to him, but he had a couple of blockers in between him and Green, so I didn't see who it was that grabbed Green's foot, but that was a touchdown saver.
Yeah, we got a new quarterback, too. Ethan Houck is in for Liberty. He's more of the running quarterback. Big guy, 6'4", 205 from Brunswick, Maryland. Played a little bit last week against James Madison.
And with Vasco out, he kind of becomes the default running quarterback.
Houck keeps it, goes straight ahead, puts his shoulder down. Nice 5-yard pickup, too, on 1st and 10. Big, strong run. Might have gotten 6. Actually does get 6.
Well, that was a collision. That was Seth Nawatala, middle linebacker, just in the hole, waiting there. He was just standing and waiting in the hole, and you said he's a big guy. The quarterback just ran right over the linebacker.
Yeah, he really did. What a big collision that was. Usually that's like a fullback or a running back coming at you, not the quarterback. Dickens behind Houck, gets the ball straight ahead. He'll be close to the first down marker, and he might have it as Lynch takes him down for the Monarchs. But it's going to be actually a half-yard shy, it looks like. So third down and short coming up here for the Flames.
Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties with our replay system, which we can't show you the fumble quite yet. Hopefully we'll get everything resolved. And the rain is having issues with everybody.
The rain has created the havoc here. So Ethan Houck trying to continue this drive for Liberty. Second time they've touched the ball. Now we got a flag. I think we got a false start. So it's
that's huge.
Going to go from third and
false
about
start.
a half yard to 3rd and 5.
Offense, number 48. 5-yard penalty.
The tight end, Caleb
Third down.
Ryan, that moved early.
And that's something else that Jamie Chadwell was talking about with us is the penalties in critical situations. He said by his count, they took 27 points off the board in the 2 first games of the season on penalties that they cost themselves. And you put those 27 points back in, their record is going to look a little different.
14 against Bowling Green, or that's a completely different game. So Houck's got trips to his left. Alone back again is Dickens, receiver here on the right side as well. Now he moves Dickens in motion. Houck going to run it himself, tries to go straight ahead. He's got the first down and dives forward. And the drive continues for Liberty at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, see, that's what happens. That's what Vasco does. Vasco is a combination of both Houck and Merdinger.
Merdinger back in now, too,
Yeah.
so they're rotating him. They did this a little bit against James Madison
in the second half after Vasco got hurt. So when Houck comes in, the defense is thinking he's going to run this. Now, he may hand it off on a read option, but he's definitely in there for a reason.
Michael Merdinger gives it to Dickens, who runs through one tackle, finally gets pulled down by the Monarchs. Jeremy Mack Jr. with the tackle, but a good pickup on 1st and 10. Once again, positive yardage for Liberty, staying in front of the chains. This time, Merdinger, spin move through traffic, first down as he dives forward to the Old Dominion 44.
I think he heard me. He got mad. He said, you think I can't run it? All right, watch this.
They're going to mark him to the 45, but what a great move to get through that.
Yeah. He hit the B button. Or the stick, or however you do that now.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that anymore. I've been out since Tecmo Bowl 2, so I'm not real sure. It's been a long time. All right, Merdinger, get out of the shotgun.
You couldn't even spin in Tecmo Bowl.
No, you couldn't. Nice move by Dickens. Still on his feet. And he finally gets taken down in the secondary, but another first down coming up here as Fink's able to get him on the ground.
But that's important for Merninger to take one himself, just to put it in the defense's memory.
Zion Frink now without the club. The last time we saw him at home, he had the club in his hand. He got it off before that Virginia Tech game. And another first down. Actually, that was a second down play, so 1st and 10 now for Liberty. Ball sits at the 32-yard line of Old Dominion.
Flames starting to hit the gas pedal a little bit here with the tempo. Slow it down a little bit now. They're going to have to when they bring in Houck back in.
Yeah, another couple plays perhaps for Ethan Houck.
See, this right here is kind of a triple option look, and he's the guy they would want to run it.
They got Williams to his left.
Yeah, there it is.
And here we go, Gray to his left. He pitches it out to Gray, Juju Gray, but there's a flag on the play. I think that's coming back as Old Dominion meets him. Frink coming up there, as well as Easterly to greet him, and the flag will be a hold on Liberty.
I think that was on the right side.
Holding. Offense, number 51. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Now it's the left tackle. DJ Geth.
Yeah, DJ Geth, who started the season as left guard, but has had to play the last 3 games at tackle with Trey Podolsky out.
So they get that in that formation with the 2 backs, and they got Houck in there. Your antenna should be going up if you're playing defense for Old Dominion. That was the speed option, not the triple option, but that's the kind of thing he's going to do when he's in there, and they covered that pretty well, even without the hold.
Geth had to leave the game. Jack Tucker now in the game at left tackle, number 75, so essentially the 3rd left tackle of the season for Liberty here. Merninger back to pass, got a clean pocket, throws it, overthrows it, incomplete at a receiver. Like Darius Copeland, he just missed him. He was open.
Well, they had one receiver on the left going deep, clearing out space down that sideline, and then had the outcut coming right in behind him, and they got what they wanted. That was a good look. He just overthrew him.
2nd and 20. Ball sits at the 42-yard line of Old Dominion's. Merdinger with Williams behind him. Give to Williams straight ahead, left side. He's got some space. He'll get back some of that yardage. And he'll bring up a 3rd and about 13. The ball sits at the 35.
Another flag came in down on the right side of the formation. This might be an illegal formation, or it could be a neutral zone.
So
illegal
Williams'
shift.
Run doesn't count.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Or it could be an illegal shift.
Well, again, this was something Jamie Chadwell talked about. They thought they cleaned it up against James Madison, and they did to some degree, but now here 2 penalties, 2 big ones on this drive as they were building some momentum in Old Dominion territory. They're going to have to try to overcome this now. So 2nd and 20 once again for Liberty.
And here comes the rain again. Yeah, I mean, overall, they're only averaging about 40.5 yards a game in penalties, which is not bad. It's actually pretty good. It's just the timing of the penalties. When they've come, it's been killers on them.
So Caden Williams remains at back. Give to Williams, spins through some traffic and gets taken down. Setting up a 3rd and long as Jerome Carter came up and met him. The host of other Monarchs.
See, even that isn't as bad as it could have been because it was on 2nd down, but they had the holding penalty before that backed them up, and then you got that penalty there. So all that results in a 3rd and 22.
Yeah, so 3rd and 22. He's going to send trips to his left. Michael Merdinger.
Yeah, this is
out of the shotgun.
This is draw or screen city here.
Now the tight end, Jacob Jenkins, comes in motion. Give to Williams going left side. He's got a little space. He's waiting for his blocks to develop. It gets taken by Jeremy Mack to the ground at the 38-yard line. So decision time here. This is about a 55-yarder in this rain, as you mentioned. Andy has come back out here. Will they just punt it away? And it looks like they've decided to play field position as Max Morgan, the punter, is coming out on the field.
Well, they're expecting, rightly, that the Monarchs are going to have to play deep, play off to protect against any deep routes to get the first down, so you get what you can get. If you get enough, you get another 5-6 yards, maybe you take a shot with Billingsley, but hey, in the rain like this, punts, you never know what's going to happen.
Morgan averaging about 40-plus yards a kick. Roche waits for it, and it's going to be well out of his reach, and it's going to be a touchback. So
I had that one.
They had an opportunity to down it, but missed. So we'll take a timeout. 1:45 to go in this opening quarter. It's a rainy one here at ODU, and it's scoreless. You're watching college football here on ESPN+. Back here at Old Dominion, where it is a wet one today. Get all the ESPN college football all in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock the ESPN Unlimited plan or log on with your TV provider. Scott Jackson, Andy Bashaw here with you. Scoreless game. Old Dominion will start their second drive. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line as the rain continues here, Andy. And the last time we saw the Monarchs, they were moving the ball in the red zone, and for the first time this season, did not cash into the red zone where they had been 100% prior to that last series, that Traquan Jones fumble.
Yeah, tied for first in the country, obviously, if you're 100%, but a couple other schools in the tie with them, but that was the first time they had not scored in the red zone all season and punched out from behind.
Devin Roche in the game, playing his first home game of the year. Made his season debut at Virginia Tech last week, had a touchdown, but he too did have a fumble last week. Now he switches sides on the other side of Colton Joseph. Give to Roche. Go right side. Bounces it outside. Oh, takes a big hit at the end of that play. But gets about 3 yards on the first time. Make that 4 yards in 1st and 10.
Yeah, they have a real stable of running backs here at Old Dominion. You got Markai James, who leads them in carries, and Traquan Jones, who leads them in touchdowns and yards. Devin Roche, who was kind of the leading rusher coming back from last year.
Previous play is under review for potential targeting.
Yeah, we literally just had a conversation with
the immediate timeout.
Replay officials about targeting earlier, and we'll kind of give you the keys to targeting when we come back, but that looked like that is at least worth a look. So 2nd and 7 come on up, a targeting review straight ahead here late in the first quarter. We're scoreless. You're watching college football here on ESPN+. Here. And that one kid, too. Green's got the club on his hand. Back
after video review, it was determined that number 26 of the defense committed a targeting foul with the crown of the helmet.
So there you go. Marion Williams targeting penalty, so that's a big one. And that'll do it for him.
Number 26 is disqualified from the game.
We just went over this in the pregame with the replay officials about targeting, Andy, and one of the things that crown of the helmet, anywhere on the body, doesn't necessarily have to be the helmet, but it appeared to be at the upper part of the body of Devin Roche. And again, apologies, our replay is down here. The replay officials said their replay, obviously, because they were able to make that call. So 1st and 10, Old Dominion. at their 39-yard line as the drive continues. And
that's huge because Lamarion Williams is one of their best corners. He'd led them in breakups, tied for the lead in interceptions on the team.
Yeah, depth is going to be tested here for Liberty in the Story early season. Give to Roche as he lowers his shoulders and is pushing towards the pile, but it's about 3 yards, we'll call it, at the 42 of the Monarchs. And so it brings up a 2nd and 7 for ODU as they're trying to go fast again. They've got a tackle eligible way out on the side. Woodsma was split wide, Andy.
Yeah, they got the tackle way out there.
He's
It's lined up
staying
as a
out there.
wide receiver, on the top
Now
of
they're
the
gonna bring
screen.
him in.
Now they're going to motion him back in.
All right, that's interesting. I wanted to see that play run. Of course, Martin Woodsma, Oscar Smith product, was a teammate of Evan Vasco's in high school. Ethan Vasco's, a quarterback, of course, who's out for Liberty today with an upper body injury. Joseph going to throw it, and Gladding catches it, but he's down there with the knees hit the ground, so he's going to be shy of the first down, but it'll bring him 3rd and about 3 for Old Dominion.
Yeah, normally you want to stay on your feet there and do everything you can, but with these wet conditions and a wet ball like that, I don't mind going to the knee and making sure you get the catch to get any kind of positive yardage on that. It's better than dropping it.
ODU does not have to run on their plays. They're coming down to the final seconds of this quarter, and I think they will let it end, and they do. So they'll get to talk this play over a little bit more. It'll be a 3rd and 3 for Old Dominion from their 46-yard line when we come back from the quarter break. Scoreless first quarter where it's been all about the conditions and the ever-changing conditions as the rain continues to come down here at SB Ballard Stadium. You're watching college football here on ESPN+.
Welcome, Andy Rucker.
Welcome back. Rainy SB Ballard Stadium. As you see, 72 thunderstorms, and yes, 100% chance of precipitation. We can certainly confirm that report. Hopefully no thunderstorms. At this point, we've just had the rain. Old Dominion, big third down coming up as they switch sides of the field at the end of the first quarter. So first play of the second quarter. Scott Jackson, Andy Bashaw here with you as Colton Joseph has a new running back in the game, and that is Catravian Hargrave. Back to pass. Joseph going near side. He's got his man, and he overthrows him incomplete. He was trying to get it to Trey Brown the third, but just a little bit too much juice on that one now. Brings up a fourth down, and here comes the punting unit.
Now they got the look they wanted. They had that man-to-man matchup, and a really good job. Got the jump, had a couple of steps on him. He just put a little bit too much on it. Joseph just overthrew him a little bit.
A little too much juice on that one from Joseph, so brings on Brandt to punt it away. Ian Brandt averaging 43 points, 43 yards per punt. Back to receive, it's Reese Smith. Low spinner's going to bounce at the 20, going to take an Old Dominion bounce, and Monarchs are surrounding that thing. They're going to be able to down it inside the 5, make it the 3, so good punt there by Brandt in the conditions.
Timeout.
And good coverage for the Monarchs. So 14:43 to go in this opening half. Liberty will have the football for the first time in the second quarter. When we continue here, you're watching college football on ESPN+. Welcome back inside SB Ballard Stadium as the Liberty Flames offense gets ready to take the ball deep in their own territory, where they'll start this drive from their own 3-yard line after the Ian Brandt punt pinned him back from Old Dominion.
Yeah, as he might expect in the conditions here, not a whole lot of offense in that first quarter. 80 to 67 total yards. Old Dominion in the lead there. Most of it's coming on the ground. Almost all of it's been on the ground for the Flames. 63 of their 67 total yards has been through the ground game.
Yeah, Evan Dickens, the back who's in there right now with Michael Merdinger, is the leading rusher with 35 yards so far. And you can see the rain really coming down out of the shotgun. In motion, Ryan, give to Dickens straight ahead. And he's going to go nowhere. Old Dominion defense swallows him up quickly. Busting through there. Host of Monarchs, including Ricardo Williams Jr., who got him in the ankles.
And Merdinger 1 for 3 for 4 yards through the air. And what you just saw there is going to be kind of the problem, because if you don't at least make them think you're going to throw it, what you just saw is going to keep happening. They're going to keep selling out into there. This rain is becoming real rain again. It was sort of an annoying heavy mist. Now it's becoming real rain again.
So that was a gain of 1. Megan Hauk is in the game. Ethan Hauk running the option, pitches it to Dickens, gets pounded. It ball's loose. Who comes up with it? Looks like Old Dominion may have it. We'll see. There's a refs on pile there. One of the Monarchs came out with it. It is. Ricardo Williams is running with it here to the sideline. So Monarchs get the fumble. What a big hit that came up. That was
ruling on the field.
Zion
The fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Old Dominion. Timeout for an injury.
And Dickens, who is still down. That was, they speed option there.
Frink just comes up. I think it's Frink that comes up and hits Hauk.
Hits
Dickens
toss,
here. Hits Dickens. Yeah, he knocks it out of Dickens. And then that's where Ricardo Williams has cleaned it up. The big man in the pileup is able to get to it.
And it is Dickens
He's celebrating.
Still down. They're checking on him. That was a shot by Frink. That was one of the emphasis that Ricky Ronnie wanted to put on his defense, especially going into Virginia Tech 2 weeks ago, was he wanted them to play fast and violent, and they did. And they seem to have picked that right back up here. That was a late pitch by Hauk. He almost lost it on the pitch. And then the shot by Frink, who's just standing there waiting for it, played pretty well. The pitch forced late from Hauk. And then Frink read it, and he's downhill flying in there.
Jeremy Mack was the one who took the quarterback Hauk out of the play.
And
then Frink, what a great hit.
Penetration by the linebacker, Mack, forces the quick toss, and then Frink, he's a corner flying down there making hits like that.
There's 3 Old Dominion players. It was Mack tried to get on it, then you saw Williams get it, and Lynch was diving in there, and Old Dominion will have the ball first and goal at the 4-yard line of Liberties.
First career forced fumble for Zion Frink.
Good time to have it here.
And boy, that was a good one. He got all his money's worth on that one. That wasn't a cheapie.
Of course, all the Monarchs had done prior to their last trip to the red zone is score. We'll see if they can cash in this time. Last time the fumble from Traquan Jones. The back is Marki James this time to the right of Colton Joseph here on first and goal to goal. They get trips to the right of Joseph as well. One receiver to his left. He looks back at the sideline. Low snap. Joseph's going to keep it himself. He gets stacked up quickly. He got nowhere as he was taken down. You'd hate to see your quarterback take that kind of hit. Bazile was the first guy to hit him. C.J. Bazile.
Yeah, the low snap threw the timing of that off, and that's all it takes because, he's supposed to be faking that and then taking it up as the draw, but the low snap threw the timing off, and there was just no hole there by the time he got it.
So second and goal. Same mark. The ball's at the 3-yard line. This time Joseph looking to throw it, throws it over the middle, and incomplete. The intended receiver was Thomas. Ja'Cory Thomas. Joseph unable to connect there.
He's looking for a flag, trying to plead his case. That ball was a little bit behind, though. This rain is really starting to pour down again. That's going to make it more difficult. That ball was just a little bit behind him.
So Thomas and Gladding to the left of Joseph. Then you got Brown and Johnson, the tight end, here on the right side of the formation. And Marki James remains a lone back. This time Joseph's rolling left. Pitches it to James. James gets taken down. He fumbles the football. Oh, my goodness. And if they call that a completion, and they are, on the field it's being called a completion and a fumble, Liberty will take over at their own, too. The conditions are just the MVP of this game so far, Andy.
You can't blame them. Look at the shot. Look at that. It's just torrential right now. And that was a really good play design.
On the field is a catch and a fumble recovered by the defense. First down, Liberty.
Shovel pass, and everybody's thinking that Joseph is going to keep it himself and run it on that sweep. Executed pretty well.
Let's get another look here.
As James just sort of sneaks in there.
This is a catch. He's moving, it looks like. Yeah, he's definitely made football moves. And ball, you see it right there.
But Darryl Farrar not buying it.
Bryce Dixon recovering it.
He played both of those guys really well. He took the pitch and he took the quarterback in perfect position. And then when that shovel pass was made, he just reacted down.
Ruling on the field of a catch is under review.
Well, they'll review this now, but again, in just the quick replay we got, it looked to be a catch and a fumble. So ODU right now has been in the red zone twice and had 2 fumbles. And Liberty, they had come out of that exchange with, looked like Merdinger, is going to be back in at quarterback. We'll wait for the replay official to be done here, but I don't know. Do you see anything there that might change that call? What angle we had, it doesn't look like it.
I mean, from what we saw, it looked pretty clean. If there's a different angle, who knows whether we have more angles or not with the weather as it is.
Yeah. I know we don't have goal line, any pylon cams tonight, talking to the replay crew, so we wouldn't have that. But, yeah, it looked to be like, again, you know, when they always say you gather, you made a football move. It looked like he had made a step and a half before he got popped, and then the ball goes loose.
I tell you, you couldn't play that any better than Darryl Farrar just did.
Here we go.
He takes away the pitch, cuts down on the angle.
Was he bobbling it? No, he gathers. He's pulled it inside his body, and then he gets popped right there.
I mean, you could make an argument maybe that it was close, but
Big Bryce Dixon got on it.
I think you had the right wording there, that he pulled it into his body.
Yeah, that was a big-time play defensively, and Liberty needed that. The defense has been tough. I mean, they've been in games. We've talked about this. But Deuce Spurlock with the big hit, and Bryce Dixon, 99, cleaned it up with the recovery.
Now that'll go down as a pass and a fumble, but they've been particularly good defensively against the pass. In fact, they're the number 15 defense in the country against the pass are the Flames, giving up only 135 yards a game. Now they do get gassed a little bit on the ground game, giving up over 200 yards, but when you can focus on the ground game because you're not as worried about the pass and the monsoons out here, that helps your defense rushing numbers a little bit.
Tyson Moser, our replay official tonight, and this Conference USA crew they're earning their money tonight. They've had a few things to deal with, targeting. You've had this bang play here at the 3-yard line as well, and of course the conditions, which are atrocious out there. But it looks like they've gotten things under control so far here in real time, which is impressive considering how bad the rain is.
They picked the wrong night to have some of our technical issues. We're starting to get them back, though. We got a couple of replays coming back now. We're fighting. We're doing what we can. The review replays in their booth are not effective. We can say that. So the guys who are actually making decisions based on replays, they are not effective.
So here's another look at it.
It's watched, bobbled it a little, got it back in. Now the question is going to be, do they think he made the, quote, football move?
Right, was he still bobbling it when he turned? It kind of looked like he gathered it, but, again, if you had a shot from the end zone, maybe you can see it.
Yeah. After video review, the ruling on the field of a catch and a fumble recovered by Liberty is upheld.
All right, it's upheld. So Liberty, big-time stand defensively, able to get Old Dominion a 3rd down. Then they create a turnover, so the Flames fired up as their defense comes up strong. Now their offense, once again, where they were a minute ago when they had their turnover, backed up at their own end.
Really good stand by the Flames, and we're basically right back where we started.
Yeah, the Old Dominion's defense once again called out to try to make something happen for their offense. Caden Williams, the running back here with Michael Merdinger, the quarterback, once again in the pistol formation.
Monarchs are +2 in the turnover department coming into this game, and -1 right now.
And 2 fumbles in the red zone, which is obviously first on both of those tonight. Williams straight ahead. He's got a little bit of running room, able to get it up to about the 9-yard line, 8-yard line they'll give him. So pick up a 5 on 1st and 10. So a good run to get out of their own end there for the Liberty Flames.
We got to keep an eye to see if Dickens comes back, because he was the one who was hurt on the last fumble. And he's a major part of that running game because they're already down Vaughn Blue, and now Dickens may be out. Caden Williams may be one of the few guys they have left.
Williams straight ahead. He's going to be short of the 1st down marker. He's going to get to the 11-yard line.
Let's see if they get Julian Gray involved more in the running game.
But it's a 3-yard pickup. It brings up just a 3rd and 1. It's a big moment here for the Monarch defense.
Caden Williams right now is looking like he doesn't need much help.
Old Dominion's defense with a 3rd and 1. Merdinger sends his man in motion. Copeland quickly throws it to Copeland here near side, catches it, but he's able to get through the tackle, and I believe he got the first down depending on where they mark him. He should be in front of those markers, and yes, it will move the chains for Liberty. A little pass play to Darius Copeland gets them just enough yardage for the first.
Yeah, a little flare route, and he just continues that motion out into the flat. If you put that on the upfield shoulder so he could keep going forward, and a good move there because they had him. That was Frank.
Had a shot, yeah.
Frank, who caused the fumble last time, did not make that open field tackle, and they get a first down.
Caden Williams remains the back, and in the pistol formation, play action. Merdinger throws it here. Another flare, and it's caught and dropped quickly. Excellent tackle there by Steiger. Nikendre Steiger coming up and dropping Reese Smith.
Now, first time we've called Reese Smith's name. He's their leading receiver. As far as receptions goes, not as far as yardage goes, that's Dante Lee. But the rain, again, is starting to slack up a little bit. It's coming and going and coming and going, so you got to take advantage when you can. I mean, the ball's going to be soaked either way, but
you call that a no gain for Liberty. So Merdinger again with Williams next to him to his right. And straight ahead Williams. And he's going to be stacked up after a pickup of about 3 yards.
Now when you're backed up like this, coming out of your own end zone, your goal number one is to cross the 20-yard line. So you can get a little breathing room, and you get it across the 20. Really, if you get it across the 30, you can flip the field with a good punt. So that's rule number one. After that, you start trying to get other goals in there. Third down here, so they're not quite where they want to be for goal number one, so they still need another first down.
3rd and 7, not the down a distance they love. Again, Merdinger back to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to be dropped. Chris Trinidad coming over that right side. Takes him down, and they're going to have to punt it. Will the Flames from their own 7. They're going to be backed up in their end zone, kicking this one out.
First, well, he's got a half a sack, but that'll be his first full sack of the season for Trinidad. Outside rush, and he didn't have a whole lot to look at. Merdinger is waiting and waiting. Then you see just a quick speed move on the outside. He goes right around DJ Geth, who had that holding call, came out and came back in, and they moved him over. And Trinidad just went right around the outside of him.
Max Morgan into punt. Gets it away, spiraling end over end. And it's going to drop and take a good Liberty bounce towards the Old Dominion 32-yard line. Going to keep rolling, maybe 31. It'll let end to 30. So
it's a really good punt
that worked out really well for the Flames as Max Morgan gets him out of a jam.
Timeout. So
9:28 to go in this scoreless first half. We've got an Old Dominion player down on the field as well. We'll check on them during the timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching college football here from Rainy Norfolk on ESPN. Back inside SB Ballard Stadium, Scott Jackson, Eddie Bashaw, Old Dominion's offense, Colton Joseph and Traquan Jones back in the game, getting ready to come out of this timeout. They'll have the ball at their own 30-yard line. Jones was rolling on that opening drive, Andy, but then the fumble inside the red zone when ODU was trying to cash in, obviously
Hadn't
pretty
seen
costly.
him until right now. He comes back in. Well, right now, I don't know if they have a running back that hasn't fumbled.
Right now,
Hargrove, James got popped.
Yeah, James got popped.
That was a fumble. Jones got hit with a fumble. Roche did not fumble on this one, but he did fumble against Virginia Tech.
Correct, yeah. So they've get ball security at premium here tonight with this rain coming down. And Jones the back with Colton Joseph. With this drive starts at the Old Dominion 31-yard line. Butler in motion. High snap. Joseph able to gather it. Now he's just going to run forward. Does a good job to get it out to about the 34-yard line. So ball came in a little hot for Joseph and kind of killed the play.
That's a couple of errant snaps we've seen tonight from Ryan Joyce, who's normally been pretty good. Transfer from Fordham. The rain affects centers, too. It's not just the quarterback and the receivers. By the way, it was Trey Brown was the injured Monarch when we went to break.
Yeah, and he's, of course, one of the main receivers, and he's not on the field right now. L.J. Johnson is in. Thomas, rather. High pass caught by Gladding. Big time. Gladding, the leading receiver from last year's team, with just 2 catches, and he climbs the ladder there and makes a big play as Old Dominion is in Liberty territory.
What rain.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Gladding came down with some catches against Virginia Tech that were just spectacular. I mean, just contested catches, and he was able to pull them in. Just like that one.
Yeah, no question. Back to pass, Joseph looking towards him again. Instead, he throws it away. Ooh, incomplete. Just a miscommunication between Gladding and Joseph, and Joseph took a shot. He's yelling over to Gladding right now about something.
Yeah, that's an option. It's one-on-one, and Joseph thought he had the one-on-one. It was just going to keep going and taking it deep. Gladding thought he had over the leverage on the corner was too great to overcome deep, so he puts his foot in the ground and runs a comeback route, but by that time the ball's already in the air.
So 2nd and 10 for the Monarchs.
Working on Damon Harmon.
Again, T.J. Johnson, number 11, has come into the game, a receiver for number 2, Trey Brown, who was injured on that punt. Joseph's going to keep it. He's got a big hole. He's got the 40, 35. Inside Liberty territory now at the 22-yard line where he's taken down. Colton Joseph pops up and points first down.
That almost felt like a broken play there a little bit. I don't think he was really thinking about taking off with that was his first choice. But when it kind of fell apart a little bit, like he's looking over there, and then he takes off with it. And he's got the speed. That's the thing. He's got sneaky speed. Once he gets in the open field, he's a lot faster than people give him credit for.
So Butler, the up back here with Jones, who now goes in motion out of the backfield. Joseph back to pass. Looking. He's got all kinds of time. He's got a wide open receiver. Cut. And he pulls it in. Touchdown. And that is T.J. Johnson, who came in for Trey Brown, and he makes good on his first chance for a score.
Brown on the cross route. I think he's maybe the 3rd option on that play. I don't think there was any way at the snap he thought this ball was going to him. He's trying to occupy linebackers underneath on a crosser route, and Joseph just waits and has good protection, and the first 2 options taken away, and then here he comes across, and just nobody picked him up.
T.J. Johnson, he was the next man up, and what a big play. He had a big catch against Virginia Tech, too, of 36 yards. Just his 2nd catch of the season, and it's a touchdown, his first of his Old Dominion career. A transfer out of Southwest Missouri Junior College. Southwest Mississippi Junior College.
Yeah, 2nd catch of the season, and both of them have been huge.
Callahan on for the extra point. Well, I would say that's offside.
Just a little.
Liberty.
There's Damon Harmon again.
You might as well go, why jump back at that
Offside. Defense number 13. Half the distance to the goal line.
That's the unabated version. They haven't called that in a while. We used to have the unabated to the quarterback. Well, that's unabated towards the kicker, but if you get caught that red-handed, you might as well just keep running.
Yeah, he just decided to commit to it at that point.
Fortunately, it's about a 1.5 yard penalty on an extra point.
So it doesn't do a whole lot. It's just a 2-yard penalty. High snap. Gets it down, and Riley Callahan boots it through. So Monarchs strike first, 7-0. 7:34 to go in this opening half. Finally, somebody on the board as we'll take another look at it as TJ Johnson, his first career touchdown at Old Dominion. Back inside SB Ballard Stadium as the fans that are dealing with the weather are waking up, having fun. Maybe some of that stuff's kicking in from the pregame at this point. A Old Dominion drive that was 5 plays, 69 yards, took a minute 54. Colton Joseph 22 yards to TJ Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson, he starts up on the top there. You see he's kind of going down the seam and has turned it into sort of a flag route and finds open space. He kind of had to hold on to it, took a shot there. 6'3", 180, so he's got a good frame.
Did a good job holding on, especially tonight. Seen a lot of drops.
It's Dexter Ricks to put the hit
Short
on him in the end zone.
Kick there. Little pooch kick, but Crisp is the man on the spot, getting it for Liberty.
Well, I think that's just special teams coaches going, it's slippery, it's rainy. Let's not kick it to one. Because he almost burned us the first time. Let's try to keep it away from Gray.
Yeah, you can't blame him. Juju Gray is explosive. And so Ethan Crisp.
Please set the game clock to 7 minutes and 34 seconds. 7:34 on the game clock, please.
So, of course, it's been kind of a rotating quarterback night, but it looks like Michael Merdinger will stay in the game for this series to get started. And the running backs, Caden Williams. We have not seen Evan Dickens since he took that shot on the turnover. Merdinger gives it to gives it to Williams, who's cut down quickly by Jeremy Mack at the 35-yard line. So a short pickup on 1st and 10.
Pretty good tackle by Jeremy Mack because that looked like a pretty good-sized hole.
Yeah, the
Williams had a lot of
has
space.
really improved tackling each week. Something Ricky Roney's really stressed. And they've dealt with, obviously, some depth issues at that linebacker position, which was loaded to start the season, but it's being tested with some of the injuries. Koa Nauatala, Mario Thompson, of course, Jason Henderson's retirement. Handoff right side, that's not going to go very far again to Williams. So 3rd and long, this is what the Flames coaches were telling us, Andy, they wanted to avoid.
Yeah, they wanted to get rhythm for the quarterbacks, but they have to stay in front of the chains, and a pretty good job of this ODU front three as Chris Forbes made that one. Because they were 3 down linemen, and they'll have 3 linebackers. So the front, run stoppers, you're trying to fill gaps with the linebackers. You're not looking for run stops from your front 3 as much, but they've done a pretty good job tonight.
Merdinger takes a snap. Then he gets hit. He tries to get his shoulders upfield there, and McKendry Steiger was the first one to meet him.
Steiger coming on a blitz, and he just ran right into it. The speed option again. And Trinidad was out there trying to force him. You can't make that pitch because he was doing his job. So you're just forced to eat the safety who's coming right upfield at you. You see Trinidad's taking the pitch, man, and Steiger's coming right at you. He had nowhere to go. He just saw it coming, but you had to stand there and just take it.
Great discipline by Trinidad, as you mentioned. It really makes that play happen. So on to punt. Max Morgan, who's averaging 40 yards a punt, had a really good one of 69 last time. Old Dominion was able to cash in, however. And we've got a flag before the snap. It might be a delay of game.
Yeah, I think the clock got him.
Yep, the clock did get him. So it's a delay of game. So
delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So the penalties starting to rack up on Liberty tonight here as well.
That one, I mean, it doesn't kill you because you're going to punt it anyway. But, I mean, that's one that shouldn't really happen. It's not much of a decision. It's not like you're standing over there on, 4th and 9 thinking we're going to go for it this deep. So
low snap. Now we've got whistles. The refs, I don't know if they were ready for that.
The ball was not marked ready for play. 4th down.
Yeah, they did not mark it. So 5:34 here in this first half.
Morgan was going to make sure he didn't get another delay of game call, that's for sure. We'll snap it as quickly as possible this time. Too late the first time, too early the second time. The Monarchs look like they're coming after this.
And again, Morgan, this one a high spinner back. Roche able to get it at his own 20. Stutter steps 25-30. Spins around. Oh, and still on his feet somehow, still spinning, and hits finally down at the 34-yard line. The player almost gave up on the return. I think they might have thought that Roche
thought he had called for a fair catch.
Yeah, he kind of sold it, and there was a lot of confusion. We got a flag on the field.
There's like 3 flags down.
See what it's all about, but I didn't see Roche signal for it. He acted like it, and it kind of put Liberty to sleep, didn't it?
He kind of did really, really late, and I don't think he got his arm all the way up above his shoulder level anyway. It was kind of a quick little wave at it. But he thought maybe they were going to give it to him, so he slowed down and then realized they're not stopping. These guys are still coming to get me. I better start moving.
And the refs did not, to bring up the point, too, the refs did not blow the whistle.
No.
So it's a live ball at that point.
He's
got to
lucky
keep going.
Get a flag for an illegal fair catch signal, too. That was also on the table.
But there's no flags there.
Yeah, these flags are around midfield. That involved some holding, and there was some wrestling going on with a couple of different guys out there.
Yeah, the Liberty coaching staff on their sideline is pointing at the fair catch.
There is no foul for holding as there was a fair catch signal given, and the ball is dead at that point. After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Receiving team number 11, half the distance from the end of the kick, 1st down.
So they did give him the fair catch signal.
So they did give him the fair catch, but again, they didn't blow the whistle. So
I don't
know how they'd score that at referee school, but you'd think that would be normal to do, but.
Yeah, there was no whistle. You're right. So, I mean, he's starting to run. There was a good, 4 or 5 times.
They could have tackled him, right? They could have tackled him. There's no whistle.
He was hit 3 or 4 times.
So what are you going to do? You got to keep moving.
So somebody's not on the same page down there in the stripes.
So I believe they got T.J. Johnson on the penalty.
And that was because he kept blocking after the play was over. Of course, who knows when the play was actually over, right? Because if you give him the fair catch, it was over 3 or 4 hits on Roche ago.
So out of the shotgun, Colton Joseph has Traquan Jones next to him on his right, starting from their own 11-yard line for the Monarchs. Play action, Joseph looking to load up. Throws over the middle, got his man Brown. Caught it at the 35. Makes a man miss, still on his feet, dives forward across midfield, and a big play from Trey Brown, who's back in the game in a big way.
He's still thinking maybe they're going. The whistles are coming late tonight, but Trey Brown seems to be all right.
I guess he's okay. He was hurt on that punt, and what a huge play for the Monarchs.
Again, look at the protection. Blitz coming late, no pressure on Joseph. Communication has not been good in the secondary for the Flames. There was in a zone, and he just ran across 2 different zones.
Gibbs straight ahead. Jones breaks through the crease and gets it close to a first down. They're going to give him 9, so a 9-yard pickup on 1st and 10 for Jones as ODU's trying to go fast here. Again, they have one of the offensive linemen, Andy, split off. That's Zach Barlev on the right side, and he's pushing his man out of bounds in that screen. Barlev was split out there like a wideout, and he just cleaned the play out for Ja'Cory Thomas.
He's still over there. They're still staying in that same formation. And that's, I mean, it's still an option. It's still the read option. He's looking, or an RPO.
Now Liberty's going to burn a timeout.
Yeah, they got to adjust to this.
Liberty calls their second timeout of the half.
Bye week wrinkle, right?
30 seconds.
They're confused right now. They're not. That's two big ones they've given up in that same zone. The touchdown was in that same zone where Johnson kind of curled it off and turned it into more of a flag route on the hash from a seam and broke it out into that same zone and was uncovered for most of it. That time the same thing, only it's Brown coming across and runs through a couple of zones, and there's just confusion back there because nobody picked him up. The guy in the safety, I think in the middle, just lets him go, and there's nobody picking him up.
Watch Barlev just moving his guy, through the sideline.
Yeah, he's out there blocking. I think it's Harmon he's blocking.
Yeah.
Barlev's used to pushing on 300-pounders. He's not used to going out there and pushing on a guy who weighs 170.
It's like a light workout for him.
He pushes him, and he just sort of keeps – he pushes him one time, and he keeps getting pushed.
Nice little wrinkle from Kevin Decker in the offense here.
That's probably a good timeout, though, from Jamie Chadwell because his guys were a little confused. Now, here it is. It's Brown on the bottom of the screen. He's running a crosser. And the linebacker, maybe not got enough depth, but he sort of lets him come across, and nobody picked him up.
40-yard pickup on that play. So Joseph, again, Jones to his right. Johnson, the tight ends, the up back, now in motion, is Gladding. Play action, Joseph looking, throwing deep. He's going towards the end zone. Has a man there caught. Are they going to give the touchdown signal? Yes, they do. Old Dominion. Ja'Cory Thomas for 6 from Colton Joseph.
That's just a straight vert, straight go ball. Thomas got a step. Coverage wasn't terrible, but Joseph fit that ball exactly where it had to be. He had about 2 shoeboxes worth of space between the back line and where Thomas caught it. He got a foot in. And 2 big plays made by the 2 Hutchinson Community College transfers in the receiving room. And Joseph looking sharp on that drive. Now it helps when you guys wide open, but that one wasn't wide open. That was a
tough
good
pass,
ball. Yeah.
He put that in the bucket. So I think we're waiting for confirmation on this one.
To see if he did get that foot in.
Now it's been confirmed. So referees say let's go. Old Dominion in an interesting formation here. They often do, and they just set up for the extra point.
Yeah, lots of people do this. They're just waiting for the one out of like 70 tries where they get the look that they're looking for. The defense isn't paying attention.
Riley Callahan. Ian Brandt, the punter, is the holder. High snap gets it down, and the kick is true. So 14-0 Old Dominion. Big second quarter here. 4:01 to go in this opening half, and a little bit of extracurricular after the whistle. Let's take another look at the Joseph touchdown pass here, Andy.
Look where he throws this ball. You couldn't place this any better.
Ja'Cory Thomas did a great job. He actually had both feet in. That would have counted on Sunday, too.
Yeah, the question, well, he caught that. I don't know if he had 2 hands on that when he caught it. He may have only had 1 hand on that ball.
We saw him one arm, one, of course.
Number 5 for Old Dominion is now wearing number 45.
Well, he had 2, and then he kind of held on to it with 1. The ball never hit the ground.
Quick strike, 4 plays, 78 yards for Old Dominion on that drive. Just took 1 minute and 18 seconds.
Harmon is back there again, and he's upset thinking that he didn't have complete control of it. Thomas didn't, because he had 2 hands on it, and then he shifted it to that 1 arm as he's sort of sliding out of bounds. So he's saying he didn't have enough control over it, and all scoring plays are reviewed. So, I mean, they took a quick look.
So Nathaniel Eichner kicking it off for Old Dominion. Last time Eichner kicked it off, he kicked it short to Crisp, the up back. He didn't want to get it to the deep man, Juju Gray, who has had a huge opening kickoff. And they're trying to avoid him. Let's see how Eichner handles it this time. The left footer kicks it short, and here to the near side, running up and taking it on the run. And cutting upfield towards the 36-yard line is where that play will go. That was Corey Jones who came up and got it, the senior from Macon, Georgia. They are making an intentional kicks there, Andy, obviously, to keep it away from Juju Gray was really explosive.
Yeah, they weren't messing around with that anymore. He almost burned him on the very first kickoff of the half, and since then they're not kicking it anywhere near him.
Ethan Houck is the quarterback, the freshman from Brunswick, Maryland, who we've seen a little bit of today. He's more the running quarterback. They run that speed option with him, but last time we saw him on the field was a big turnover deep in Liberty territory. Now he gets the ball to start this drive at their 35. 3:54 to go in this opening half. Old Dominion on top 14-0.
And if you're Liberty right now, you don't want that. They get delayed again?
Another delay game, it looks like.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
It's tough when you change quarterbacks, too.
Please set the game clock to 3:54. 3:54 on the game clock.
That shouldn't happen on the first play on a drive, though. I mean, you should have that called on the sidelines and ready to go.
So 1st and 15 now. Again, keeping it. Houck, he gets flipped over the line of scrimmage. Coming up and getting him there was Lucas Struck, the safety. Came coming down the box and boom, with a hit.
Now, if you're Liberty, though, this is going to be a critical drive right now because there's a lot of momentum in dark blue. And so you want to eat the rest of this clock, put a drive together, and go get some points on the board. Ideally, you'd like to put this in the end zone because, remember, they had the first possession. They won the toss.
ODU will get the ball
and
coming out of half.
elected to keep it first, so Monarchs are going to get it.
ODU's got 3 timeouts. Back to pass. Houck finally let one go. Picked off. If it didn't hit the ground, it is. And it is picked off. Jeremy Mack has it. The call on the field is interception. Monarchs. Mack looked like the intended receiver. He turned around. Ball was right there on him.
And that is why Ethan Houck doesn't do a whole lot of that. I mean, he had time. I thought he had some space. He could have taken off with it had he wanted to. But, I mean, I see where he's trying to go with it. He just put nowhere near enough air under this.
Take another look here. Make sure the ball doesn't hit the ground. But Houck,
he's got a big hole in front of him. He can run with it if he wants to. And he's trying to get it over the top to the receiver. But he didn't put nearly enough air on that.
Great job by Jeremy Mack, by the way, to get underneath it.
Yeah, he's trying to get that to Smith, who's kind of settling down between the zone he's in and the sideline, trying not to run out of bounds. But that ball's got to be at least a couple feet higher than that. I mean, Mack almost had to go dive and catch it off the turf.
Jeremy Mack Jr., one of the captains on this team, transferred from Colorado a few seasons ago. Playing a lot, playing very well for Old Dominion. Joseph now, another chance to put points on the board before half. Keeps it. He's got space on that left side. He's got the 35, gets cut down at about the 30-yard line. So big pickup on 1st and 10 from Colton Joseph.
I think it's a pretty good tackle by Christian Bodner, who fought off the block with Gladding. Saved a touchdown, but gave up a big chunk. I mean, the Monarchs would like to, it takes points however they can get them, but ideally you'd want to eat the rest of this clock. But they're rolling right now.
3 timeouts, too. Yeah, they're rolling. You got a 2-minute timeout coming up as well. You might get greedy here. Here goes Joseph. Got a big hole. 20. 15 takes a hit there, get taken down to the 11-yard line as the man who got him to the ground was Braylon Green with that big club on his hand.
And that's what these formations do to you. They will use every inch of the 53 1/3 horizontally of this field. And there's the spread set with the tackle out wide again.
So this is interesting if they go that route. Boy, look at the blocking there if they do it. Instead, it gives straight ahead. Spinning. Hargrove down to the 5-yard line. So nice pickup and run by
when this offense is executing, it is tough to stop.
And that'll get us to the
2-minute timeout.
After the Joseph 18-yard run, it was 7 from Catravian Hargrove, and the Monarchs are in business. We'll take a timeout. 2 minutes to go in this opening half, 14-0. You're watching college football here on ESPN+. back inside SB Ballard Stadium. 2 minutes to go in this opening half. 14-0. Old Dominion on top of Liberty. They've got a 2nd and 3 coming up from the 5-yard line of Liberty. A big couple runs from Colton Joseph on this series, a 13-yarder and 18-yarder. You see Joseph's numbers tonight, Andy. 58 yards rushing to go along with the 165 yards passing, and, of course, another game in which he's had multiple touchdowns.
Yeah, and when this offense is operating like it is, it's hard because they spread you out so far. Even that last play, the run up the middle, they had a tackle spread wide in the wide receiver position, and with only 4 offensive linemen, but everybody's so spread out, there's nobody in the middle, so you're still running it through the middle with very little resistance, even though you only have 4 offensive linemen. Travian
Hargrove, the lone back, he goes to the left of Joseph. Again, 2nd and 3 coming up. And Hargrove spinning around, able to get it forward. He might have the first down. That was a good run. It looked like he was going to be stopped shorter for a loss, and then he kind of picked his way into the middle of that defense. They're going to be shy, it looks like.
And they'll be all right with this. I mean, they don't want to have to kick it from here, but, I mean, they're all right eating some more clock.
Sure, it's 3rd down. They're going to give him just a yard. So 3rd and 2 now. Need to get the ball to the 3 for the first. Joseph's going to keep it. Cuts back, dives forward. He's got the first down, and that'll bring him a 1st and goal to goal for Old Dominion. Joseph stopped on a dime there, did he?
Yeah.
We got an injured player. That's Braylon Green on the ground in the end zone. That's not a good sight if you're a Liberty Flames fan. He's
officials timeout for an injury.
Club.
Yeah,
tough player.
He's looking like he's in some kind of pain, too. He's pointing at his leg.
Like he's put his right leg. Unfortunate situation there. So 1:21 to go in this opening half. We have the officials timeout for the injury, and it'll be an Old Dominion 1st and goal to goal.
Tell you what, I mean, they already lost to Marion Williams, their better corner.
That's
on
right,
a
to
targeting call.
Yep.
And if you're gonna lose their safety in Braylon Green, that's 2 of your best defensive backs, and a secondary that's already fighting with some miscommunication a couple of times tonight.
Yeah, no team will welcome the bye more than this Liberty team when they get there, because they have had some issues, as you said, with just tough luck here tonight, and they've also had injuries prior, obviously coming into this game. With Ethan Vasco, their starting quarterback, out. Here's another look at that Joseph run.
Yeah, well, here's what you're talking about. You see how wide they are. They have 4 wide spread out across, but there's nobody in the middle left because you have to give respect to all of those receivers out there.
And unfortunately, the card is coming out for Braylon Green. This is something you don't want to ever see. Such a good player. Let's take another look at this replay.
Here, you see the linebacker in the middle of the screen. He's coming out to help out on the tight end, who's kind of in the slot, number 9. And okay.
So Braylon Green, who came in with a club on his hand, he's a Jim Thorpe watch list candidate. He's for the best defensive back in the country. An interception last week with that club on his hand against James Madison. He's a second team Conference USA, and this is his 2nd season at Liberty, and really a big part of this defense. You can see how serious it is. You see the players down praying for their teammate like that.
Yeah, a lot of attention. We got trainers from both sides coming over now.
So Liberty, as you mentioned, Amari Williams already out. Now Braylon Green going out, and they also have Evan Dickens, their leading rusher, that's injured. Here we go, Andy. Let's get a look at this replay once again as it rolls through this time.
They're getting pump faked by the truck.
We got pump faked. I know, we did. Totally. We bit for the play action.
I don't want to speculate too much, but it kind of looks like they might have an air cast out there.
Yeah, I think there was definitely something going on with his leg there. It's not a great situation for the senior. And again, Liberty losing 2 players to injury tonight, another player to an ejection. You came in without Ethan Vasco playing tonight. He did make the trip over, of course, from Chesapeake, Oscar Smith, and Old Dominion fans still probably have nightmares about his time at Coastal Carolina.
Trust me, if there was a way he could play, he would be playing.
Yeah, he did come out early, never really warmed up. And in these conditions, too, be tough to put him out there.
Green up, they're helping him onto the cart.
So Braylon Green will get on the cart. And that's a tough spot for a Liberty team that's, again, coming in here tonight desperate for a win, losing the last 3, and then lose 2 of your big players in the secondary here in the first half, one to the ejection and now one to injury.
That's every one of his teammates coming over to. So now he's got a club on the right hand, and who knows what's going to be on his leg. That's a warrior right there, though.
Absolutely hate to see that. Well, been a trying first half for the Flames.
It feels like for Liberty fans, it just feels like their season. I mean,
it's like
this
one
is
thing
just,
after another.
Yeah, it's just the way this has gone this year.
Even when, like, again, you get positive plays like tonight, you get positive plays and they get backed up with these procedures and these penalties, and this was kind of the story a couple weeks ago at Bowling Green where they're getting points taken off the board. Nothing that severe tonight, but still some self-inflicted stuff, and now these 2 big injuries to 2 of their most important players. So first and goal, Colton Joseph. Travian Hargrave, the back to his left. In motion, Butler, the tight end. Joseph's going to roll right, throws it to the tight end, Butler. Butler's going to be cut down, though, quickly by the Flames defense. Really good job diagnosing that one, Liberty in the secondary. And that was Eli Augusta, who came in for Braylon Green. How about that?
A good tackle, good play. Now that's the same exact look that they ran, only last time Joseph took it himself, and it wasn't for Daryl Farrar. It would have been a touchdown, but Farrar made a good stop. That time, tight end just keeps coming across, kind of a wide zip out into the flat there, but they stayed right with it, made a good open field tackle on a guy who's a lot bigger than him.
Hargrave straight to the left, still fighting, still pushing. He's getting pushed, and he's going to get it down to about the 1-yard line. So 3rd and goal to goal from the 1 coming up next for Old Dominion. And we're going to get a timeout with 29 seconds left in this half.
Old Dominion calls their first time out of the half. 30 seconds.
Yeah, they wanted to eat up all the clock, and they pretty much have. So now they're going to have, I don't know. Depends on what Ronnie's thinking. I would think down here he's probably going to go for it if they don't get it in here.
By the way, that was Eli August who made that play, who came in for Braylon Green for Liberty. And it's a nice play for a guy who literally just came off the bench, senior, was ready. So that, I'd be interested to see if it got to 4th down what the Monarchs would do here as well, being this close. But they're obviously not thinking that way right now, probably thinking about just cashing it here on 3rd and goal.
They're coming out with 2 tight ends here. Bigger package.
It's always tempting to run your quarterback, of course. He's so good down there.
Well, this is definitely going to be some kind of a read option or at least an RPO.
And it is a keeper. Joseph gets hit, reaches for it. Did he get it? No, fumbled the football. It coming the other way. Liberty player lost his helmet. The play will be dead right there. And I think Joseph lost the football. That's a huge turnover. So 3 turnovers in the red zone tonight from Old Dominion. And what a big-time play and hit in recovery from Dexter Ricks Jr., who got the football. A lot to unpack there. Did he break the play before it?
A fumble recovered by the defense. The play is under review.
We're going to get a look here at the stadium, and it looks like he was close. Yeah, the fans here think he got it. It has to touch the line, and it sure looked like it here in the stadium, but I don't know. It was, again, as I mentioned earlier, there's no pylon cam tonight, so you're not going to get a down-the-line shot.
That was a pretty clean look.
That's a pretty good look there, but they don't have the down-the-line shot, so this is going to get a replay.
Hopefully we can get it up for you here, but there's a couple of things in play. 1, did he cross the plane? 2, was any part of him down? Looked like he was on top of a defender, so I don't know that he was down, at least from that one angle we just saw on the big screen. But that's also something else that's in play.
Yeah, he's definitely not down. We're getting a look at on the big screen here in the stadium, and it looks like he reached it. And all you got to do is hit the goal line.
Yeah, just break the plane. It looked like he's sticking the ball out there, and it does break the plane.
And if not, again, if it stands, that'll be 3 turnovers tonight for ODU, all fumbles inside the red zone.
I think it was a Liberty game here a couple of years ago. That it was a tight game. Last time the Flames were here, I think. But it was a similar play. Quarterback's reaching out across the goal line, and it looked like he crossed the plane, but they didn't blow it dead, and it got knocked loose. I think that was Stone Smart, who was the quarterback for Old Dominion, who's now a tight end for
tight end for the Jets. Yeah.
But it was against Liberty here, I think, and it was in that same end zone. He thinks it's a touchdown.
He thought it was a touchdown.
I think he thinks everything's a touchdown.
Listen, if you've been out in these conditions.
No shade to anybody who's been out here in this, that's for sure.
These students deserve Monday off.
Yeah, students
came out
still
here.
There they are. Because he looks like he's laying on top of a defender and stretches the ball out with his right hand in one hand, reaching for that goal line. And from the one angle that we've seen on the big board, it looked like it breaks the plane before it's knocked loose.
Tyson Moser is, again, the replay official from Conference USA who's taking a look at this.
We talked to them earlier. We didn't think they'd be that involved.
Well, we did have a very nice meeting with them. We talked to them about things that have come into play here tonight, including targeting. And they did mention no pylon cam, so which would be helpful at this point. But I think the one angle they have, as you said, is pretty clean.
But they're taking a long look at it.
Yeah. Usually, like if it was a conclusive situation to back up their call, which the call in the field is a fumble, they would have already been off of the headset.
Yeah, so that's also part of it. They have to have enough evidence to overturn it, not just to uphold it. And so you have to look at, from the one angle we saw, it looks like the ball's across the plane, was a shin down on the other side of the body.
I'm sure that's what they're trying to look at too,
Is there a knee down? Where was his other arm?
Well, even if you don't think it's a fumble, you got to make sure, okay, did he get over the plane without being on the ground? And that's the other tough thing to see, from that angle maybe too, is what they're looking at. And the old saying, if it was called that way on the field, it would stay that way. I mean, we might be in one of those spaces here too.
There also could be an issue of, if they do say it's a fumble, where the ball went dead at, because as you say, the helmet came off.
Helmet came off. Yeah, that could be another thing spotting the ball. So there's a lot of moving parts here to this play, as the officials have been on this one for a while here.
Unfortunately, we're not in the ACC, so we don't get to
spy
into the control room.
I like that aspect last night during the Virginia-Florida State game, and there was obviously some real important plays there late in that overtime.
That was a heck of a game.
It really was.
I mean, everybody's talking about Old Dominion beating Virginia Tech and who's the best team in the Commonwealth, and Cavaliers just kind of raised their hand in the corner. Hey, we're still here.
Well, it's a big year, obviously, for Tony Elliott. It was a kind of a must type of season, and he's doing it.
They're still looking at this thing.
Still talking it over. And now it looks like maybe, nope. Thought we were pulling the headset off.
They're getting pump faked by the officials,
I know.
by the replay machine. Man, we got to have better
clean it up at halftime. Yeah.
We got to have better eye discipline in the second half.
Think the play is going to stand, maybe?
After video review, the ruling on the field is upheld.
Yep.
The runner's helmet came off at the 8-yard line. The ball is dead there. First down, Liberty.
So Liberty dodges it again. A third red zone fumble on the night for Old Dominion. And a 14-0 game, and Liberty will have the ball at their own 8, as you heard from the official there. That's where the helmet popped off, and that's what they were taking their extra time with. Pretty significant, actually, yardage, but there's only 20 seconds left.
Yeah, that's something that, talking about cleaning things up at half.
Game clock operator, please put 22 seconds on the game clock.
Can't blame the rain anymore either.
That's 21 points off the board for the Monarchs on 3 fumbles that are essentially on the goal line. I mean, within the 2 to 3 yard line, all 3 of them.
Got to give Liberty's defense a lot of credit. I mean, they have been red zone tough tonight. Now, the Jones one, could have been a 6 too on the return. That was when Green was running the other way for it, but a good shoestring tackle made by Old Dominion. So quickly, Hauk will take the knee, or make that. Merdinger will take the knee, and that'll get us to half. Although I don't know. I think ODU's actually burning a timeout. ODU's burning a timeout. They're not going to get to half.
Old Dominion calls their second timeout of the half.
And make them snap it.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's a wet ball. You never know.
Right.
Make them snap it.
And everybody's always had a shotgun or pistol now. Nobody actually goes to the center on these situations. So 19 seconds. They only burned a second.
Old
Now,
Dominion's had a couple of iffy snaps tonight on regular plays. I mean, it's not raining currently. Well, it's kind of misting a little bit, but
still humid.
It's still wet.
So ODU's gonna want to see at least 2 more snaps here from Liberty, because they'll be able to burn 1 more timeout. Do you have the old Greg Schiano play here?
Yeah. Let's fake the knee.
Greg Schiano was one who blow up the kneel downs when he was in the NFL and was not very popular for that. And ODU will take another timeout. Yeah, Ricky Ronnie's not going to go into the locker room
Old
quite
Dominion
yet.
calls their 3rd and final timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
Well, I guarantee you the guys in the white on the other sidelines are not going to be happy about this. But, I mean, you see they're smiling. They're laughing on the field. They're like, all right, we'll make another snap.
Well, you got to imagine, too, there might be some Old Dominion players that aren't excited to maybe go into the locker room right now, because I don't know if it's going to be exactly a real positive conversation.
Ball handlers are not going to have a happy halftime.
So 17 seconds left. Again, just 1 more snap here. ODU cannot stop the clock after this one. But they need another clean exchange from Liberty and a kneel from Michael Mettinger to and Merdinger gets it down, and that will get us the final ticks to halftime.
I get it, though. I mean, you're that close to the end zone. You may as well, we're going to make you, we'll see a couple of snaps on a wet ball. Sure, why not?
Old Dominion fans, I think, are not too happy with the officiating as they are letting them hear it on the way out about that last replay.
I would like to see the replays that they were looking at to see what led to that.
That is the end of the
conclusion.
first half.
But hey, if you're Liberty, after that half, you're coming out 14-0, you're happy right now.
Old Dominion center Ryan Joyce is a guest at halftime. You'll hear his conversation with Andy Mishaw, plus halftime highlights and stats. At the half, 14-0, Old Dominion on top. You're watching college football here on ESPN+.
Andy Michaud, joined by Old Dominion offensive lineman. I feel safe. He's right beside me now. Ryan Joyce, thanks for joining us, sir.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
We'll start when you came out of Fordham to transfer down here. Now, obviously, we all know that the offensive coordinator came from Fordham. We had a lot of players that were from Fordham. You're the only one here now, but what's that transition been like? And were you able to talk to any of the guys who moved down here last year?
Yeah, it's been great. I was with Coach Deck for 4 years at Fordham, as well as Coach Huddle was there for 4 years, and Coach Weeks as well. So 3 of those guys. Also Colin McCarty, another coach that works for the offensive line. So I was very familiar with all those guys, the offense as well. So it's a big reason why I'm here. It was a comfortable place to come to, and it's been great.
Yeah, I was going to say, how big an influence is that to have so many familiar faces, especially on the coaching side?
Yeah, no, that was definitely a very big part of why I'm here. Just the coaches themselves, the relationships I already had with them, but as well as the offense and the scheme that we run.
Well, very effective scheme that worked very well in FCS at Fordham. You have one of the best offenses in the country, one of the best offenses in FCS history for a while. What was it like being a part of that, just the machine that kept rolling?
It was very fun. It was an awesome year. It felt like a little bit of, it didn't matter, what play call we had, what we did. It was going to work out. So it was great. We had a lot of very talented guys that year. We also had a great mentality as an entire unit, as a team, and it was a great thing to be a part of.
Now, a lot of right guard at Fordham last season listed as offensive line, which could be anything, but a lot of center here. How's that change been? And is it difficult to switch? Because center is kind of its own beast.
I've enjoyed it. It's definitely been a challenge. It was something different. I'd only ever played right guard in college previous to coming here. So I knew it was going to be a part of it when I came here. The coaches talked to me about it. And it was something I was excited for. It definitely is a change. Even though it's one position over on the line, it does feel like its own world. It's much more cerebral than guard, as well as having to snap the ball every play.
Oh, yeah, after pointing out where anybody can possibly come from and any leaks that could be an issue, we still got to make a good snap.
Yeah.
What's the most challenging part of picking it up?
I don't think there's been one part of it. It's kind of like you said. It's just a little more responsibility, as in making the protection calls and making all the mic points in the run game, as well as snapping the ball, and then you get to go play and block. It's just a little more pre-snap.
What's it been like making the transition down here and going into camp and playing in Southern Virginia versus playing up in the Bronx?
Honestly, it's not too much. Everyone warned me about the heat and humidity down there, and it's definitely real. Up in the Bronx, though, it got pretty hot and humid in August as well.
Now, you're one of 5 siblings. It feels like everybody we've been talking to on this team's got to come up from huge families. You got 5 siblings. Are you the biggest one out of all of them?
Yeah, so far. I have my youngest brother. He's going into his senior year of high school, so he has some potential to catch up to me. But
what kind of grocery bill is that?
It must be a lot. I can't imagine.
You guys have competitions growing up?
Definitely, yeah. Very, very competitive, my brothers and I. It was a lot of backyard sports and a lot of competition.
What's the one thing that you've enjoyed the most just about playing football in general, coming up through and making the transition here and just in general?
I think it's a little bit of a cliche thing, but it's just being around the guys in the locker room, the camaraderie and brotherhood and relationships you build. I think really do last a lifetime. There's guys that I haven't played with for 3 or 4 years that I played with at Fordham that I still talk to almost every day. And I've built some great relationships here, and I'm looking forward to continuing to do that.
Does this offense feel the same a little bit to you?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of things that feel good about this year, and I'm excited to see what we'll do.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Ryan Joyce, center. As an old offensive guy, I feel safe standing behind him. I was on the outside, but still, I feel safe. Thanks for joining us, Ryan.
Old Dominion up 14-0 here at the half. We'll have highlights and stats coming up. Stick with us here from SB Ballard Stadium in Norfolk. 14-0 Monarchs on top over the Liberty Flames. Back here at SB Ballard Stadium, Old Dominion 14-0 over Liberty at the half. You see the numbers there. Colton Joseph, 164 in the air, 2 touchdowns. Also leads the team with 53 yards rushing. Ja'Cory Thomas, 3 catches, 58 yards and a touchdown. And for Liberty, Evan Dickens, who's their leading rusher, had to leave this game with an injury. Scott Jackson and Andy Bashaw with you here, Andy. And the other big story that's not on the stat sheet, the 3 Old Dominion red zone turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, you'd expect some turnovers in the deluge that we had here early in this game, in the first quarter and some of the second. But, I mean, Old Dominion had 3 turnovers, all of which were fumbles that came inside the 3-yard line. It could have been considerably higher score. I mean, it could have been 28-35 to nothing.
Look at the numbers here, 274 total yards to 71. Passing yards, rushing yards, obviously, but the 3 turnovers, absolute killers for Old Dominion. And this game, as you said, should be a lot bigger than 14-0. ODU will get the ball first coming out of half. and we'll see if they've cleaned it up a little bit here, because that's got to be the thing that drove Ricky Ronnie crazy about this opening half coming out of the bye.
And if you're the Flames, pretty much everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong. You got when your corner was ejected, you got your best safety who was injured and carted off. You've had your best running back injured. You're fighting between a second-string quarterback and a third-string quarterback. They had a fumble and an interception themselves, and you look up at the scoreboard, and it's still 14-0. So, we're still very much in a ball game, despite what all those numbers say. The real important number is 14-0.
So Old Dominion get ready here to start this second half. They'll get the football as Max Morgan will tee it up. Kicks it deep. And back to receive Markai James deep in his own end zone. He's going to bring it out. James, can he get it to the 20? He does. Gets his shoulder lowered and gets it just ahead of the 20-yard line. That's where Old Dominion will start their first drive of this second half.
Yeah, to a special teams coach and to your head coach, that's a minus 5-yard play, though.
Yes. Yeah,
he looked like he was a little bit hungry. He hadn't did a whole lot of action in the first half since that fumble he had. Yeah, he was a little bit anxious there.
So Old Dominion will come out of the locker room with Colton Joseph, joined in the backfield by Traquan Jones. Jones, who had the back-to-back 100-yard games, has got 40 yards in this one on 7 carries, but a big fumble on the team's first drive in the red zone. It is Jones straight ahead. Got a little momentum. He's got a nice 6-yard pickup out to the 26-yard line.
But the stable of running backs we're talking about, the carry split, Joseph ran it 7 times himself. Jones, that was his 8th carry. Hargrove had 3. Roche had 3.
Joseph again, this time play action, throws it here near side. High pass, but caught, and that'll be a first down by Trey Brown. So Trey Brown, a couple big plays since that scary situation where he left the field with an injury after a punt. But seems to be feeling just fine as he climbed the ladder for that one.
You see the difference between a wet ball and a dry ball. A dry ball, anyway.
Yeah, it's hard to believe this was a puddled field not too long ago. Butler in motion. Give to Jones, going to go to the right side. Cuts it back, spins around, still on his feet. He's going to fall down at the 39-yard line. So another solid pickup on 1st and 10 from Traquan Jones. 7 yards officially.
That's what you don't want it if you're Liberty, is to give up those chunks on first down like that, because then it opens that playbook up several more pages of what you can do on 2nd and 30. Sure.
Joseph again clapping for the snap. Again, Jones straight ahead, picking his way close to the first down marker, but going to be about 1.5 yards shy. So 3rd down coming up here for Old Dominion. Ball sits on their 42-yard line.
And again, we're quickly right back to the line.
Butler again in motion. Jones gets hit in the backfield, spun around and taken a big stop by the Flames. They were sitting on that one as they eat up that play quickly. And Old Dominion's going to have to send out the punting unit here.
Man, that's good penetration right there.
That was Eldrick Griffin, the backup strong safety, coming down the line and making a big play.
But when you need guys to step up, in big spots, sometimes they got to come through. That time they did come, literally they came through. They came through the offensive line and met the running back in the backfield on 3rd down. It's a huge defensive stop for this Liberty squad.
Brandt, a little bit of pressure, gets it away. Smith's going to let it bounce. Big Old Dominion bounce, so Smith picks it up and he gets swallowed up at the 18-yard line. So Liberty's offense now sees that they can get something going after their defense comes up big out of the locker room. 12-18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Old Dominion 14-0. You're watching college football here on ESPN+. Guess what's back here inside SB Ballard Stadium on the campus of Old Dominion? The rain has returned after the punt from Old Dominion started coming down during the timeout. They were doing a chant for rain, but it's like rain on, but it was awkward that the rain actually showed up while they were doing that chant here in the stadium.
And the students doing the rain on chant for the Monarchs as in rain is in like Monarch rain, not this rain, which as soon as they started chanting it started coming down again.
Caden Williams, the back to the left of Michael Merdinger. He's in for Evan Dickens, who was injured on a big play in the red zone earlier. Reese Smith in the slot on the left side. Here comes Merdinger rolling to this side and just skips it incomplete, trying to get to Dante Lee. Haven't said Dante Lee's name at all. He's their big play wide receiver, but there's not been a lot of chances for these playmakers on the outside for the Flames in this game, Andy.
They're trying to get a little bit of a rollout, making an easy read, trying to get him something that he can get a rhythm going. But, I mean, the penetration again, that was Mack again crashing in on him, making nothing easy.
So Merdinger, low snap gives it. Williams going to go to the right side. He's going to get swallowed up. Colbreth meets him there. Had a little help from one of his friends, Cole Daniels, as well.
He had 65 yards of total offense in that first half, and it doesn't look like it's starting much better here in the second.
So 3rd and 8. And we talked a lot about staying ahead of the chains with this coaching staff prior to this game, knowing that they likely wouldn't have Ethan Vasco. And it's been tough on the Flames here. So Merdinger here in a 3rd and 8, and there's going to be a false start. And that's been another problem here tonight for Liberty. The penalties have reared their ugly head once again.
47 yards in penalties in the first half for a team that averages 40 yards a game.
False start. Offense, number 60.
As we
5-yard
mentioned
penalty.
before,
3rd down.
the penalties were just the costly variety. Weren't like volumes of them or like hundreds.
40 yards is actually pretty
good. No,
good.
it's not bad at all, but like it was on touchdown plays that were
Yeah.
raced off the board. 3 of them this year they counted, and another very big play. So that just kills you. And now in this situation, we're already playing behind the chains, backup quarterback. You just put the quarterback in a rough spot here with a 3rd and 13 now. Take the snap. Back to pass. Looking under a little bit of pressure. He's going to run for it or try to run for it. Mack's going to step up, try to stop him. Good defense in the back end by Kendra Steiger to poke it away. And it'll be another punt coming up for the Flames, as Pearson was the intended receiver.
He got up a little slow himself.
Yeah, Jamari Pearson might have taken a pretty good shot there from Steiger, who's getting congratulations on the sideline there. It's Old Dominion defense looking to pitch a shutout here tonight.
And Merdinger at the beginning of this season was not really, he was like 3rd string, really, because they had Ryan Berger, who they thought was in a battle with Ethan Vasco.
Transferred from App State, was the guy who won the job at App State last year, but then had to medically retire from football with concussions.
Yeah, he had concussion, so they lose their quarterback right out of the gate.
Here comes Roche. He's got the 45, puts his head down and takes a pop. He'll be taken down at the 49-yard line. So Old Dominion, pretty good field position, make it their own 48 to start this second drive of the second half.
Timeout.
11-11 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 14-0 as the rain has returned here to Norfolk. Monarchs lead the Flames. Stick with us here. You're watching college football news. Get all of ESPN college football in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock the ESPN Unlimited plan or log in with your TV provider. 14-0 game. Old Dominion leading Liberty. Scott Jackson and Andy Bashaw here with you at SB Ballard Stadium. We'll see Colton Joseph in the offense for the second time with good field position here in this half. Mark-I James, the back in this rotation. Just joined us. Old Dominion, there's been a lot of rain here today and tonight. 3 red zone turnovers have been a big story in this game. 3 fumbles. They had 2 all of last year, Andy, in the red zone turnovers.
Yeah,
3
they had 3 in the first half. And all were within the 3-yard line.
And prior to tonight, they were 100% in the red zone and getting points, but not tonight. Play action. Joseph looking to load up. Looking for his man. He's got a shot at Brown. Instead, it's picked off. Thomas was the intended receiver. Coming the other way is Liberty on defense. And trying to get it up there was a Corey Jones, who was almost like a center fielder there with his first interception of this young season. And now Liberty offense back on the field.
Well, their defense is still fighting, I can tell you that. That's for sure. They got a 3-and-out on their first possession of this second half. And right there, that was not a good read by Joseph. It looked like there were 2 receivers who sort of quit on that, and he was locked into the one receiver from the beginning. He had his eyes locked on Thomas the whole way and was going to throw that ball no matter what. Safety was right there over the top. Jones coming in. You're throwing it into essentially double coverage. That's one he's going to want back.
So Michael Merdinger in this offense, another chance. Caden Williams, a good field position at their own 36-yard line. Back to pass, Merdinger. He's going to let one go. He's got a man down there, and it's caught, and it's tackled from behind. A good play, touchdown saving tackle by Frank, but Dante Lee finally gets a chance, and suddenly Liberty's got some life on offense.
That's all what I was saying. I mean, all those numbers can go out the window because the only one that counts is 14-0. All it takes is a couple of big plays like that one right there.
Williams with the give. He's going to dive forward, some positive yardage as Liberty's going fast in offense now. So
Monarchs had single coverage out there, no help back there over the top. And Dante Lee, he doesn't lead them in receiving, but he leads them in yards. He's got 3 touchdowns, 208 yards. He's averaging 23 yards a catch for the reason you just saw. He's got the speed to get downfield.
He was wide open, and they gave Merdinger just enough time to load up there. So Williams, the back. Juju Gray is also split to the right of Merdinger here in this pistol formation. Gibbs straight ahead, Williams. Williams fighting, still moving those feet, but he's going to get stacked up. Jerome Carter leading the way with Colbreth for Old Dominion. And Lynch piles on. That'll stop him at just about the 4-yard line. Need about 3 yards to get the first, so 3rd and 3 coming up. You got to imagine Liberty's looking at this as 4-down territory. Trying to get their first touchdown of this game with 9.5 to go in the 3rd.
Well, they got 2 backs in there again. Gray in the back, and he's disappeared. He's got 1 catch for 4 yards after a really good opening return on the kickoff. We haven't called his name since.
Juju Gray is a big playmaker for them. See if he is the man with the ball here. Yeah, a little speed option. Gray, is he going to be able to get in there? Cuts back, dives forward, gets in the end zone. Yes, touchdown. The Flames on the board just like that off the Colton Joseph interception. 3 plays later, they reach the end zone.
You wondered where he had been. We called his name. I mean, you even said it during the break. Like, where's Gray been at? Where's Juju? Well, there he is.
So big drive for Liberty after that turnover. Old Dominion to 4 turnovers. This one very costly. The other ones have cost them points. This one turns into Liberty points. So a 4-play, 64-yard drive took 1 minute and 45 seconds, and a touchdown finally for Liberty.
First of the season for Gray.
And there is the extra point, and that splits the uprights from Jay Billingsley. So suddenly we got an interesting situation here at SB Ballard Stadium with 9:11 to go in the 3rd. The Flames feeling confident with some life. We'll take a timeout, come back, see if ODU can respond. You're watching college football here on ESPN+. All right, we'll keep it right here. The Juju Gray touchdown run. Yeah, it's interesting because before that, I don't feel like Gray was getting many opportunities, Andy. And
he only had the 1 catch. That was his only touch outside of the special teams.
He and Lee are the big play guys. Obviously,
That was determination. Now, the speed option there, I thought that pitch was a little bit earlier. I thought the quarterback could have held it a little bit longer, and it would have been an easier route, but he got to the outside, and really Frank did a pretty good job of cutting out the sidelines. He cut him and turned him back to the inside, but Gray was not going to be denied and just leaps his way in.
Kick from Max Morgan in the end zone, and again taking it out. ODU's Marki James. I don't know if that was the plan or not, but he gets cut down. No, still going. Get to the 29-yard line, so pretty good return by Marki, but we got a flag on the play.
2 flags down.
Couple flags, and we got also a injured Liberty Flame player, Miles, here on the near side, getting up slowly.
During the return, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 41. Half the distance to the goal line, first down.
Jamal Miles, the injured player, being attended to, and that's also the danger taken out of the end zone is the penalty instead of starting the 25 now.
It's Gage Sawyers, linebacker, redshirt sophomore. Called for that one, at least it's who was announced.
So ODU backed up in their own end to start this drives.
And they better start paying attention here. I mean, lackadaisical first couple of possessions for Old Dominion. That first one, I mean, they were doing all right, and then they got stuffed on 2 back-to-back runs on third down, or second and third down, when they were in pretty good position to convert. Couldn't do it. Good play by Liberty's defense, getting penetration, making a stop in the backfield. And the last one, just Joseph locked in on a guy all the way, and they picked it off.
Roche the back with Joseph. Quick pass outside to Gladding. Gladding is going to cut upfield. He's got the 15, dives towards the first down marker. Nice 11-yard pickup on 1st and 10. ODU trying to get themselves out of their own territory, and a good quick hitter there.
Yeah, again, that's just based on what the defense is showing. That's either going to be a handoff or that, which is essentially a handoff. It's a 30-yard handoff, but a good throw upfield shoulder to Gladding. When he makes that catch with a little bit of speed, he can hurt you.
Joseph with a little pressure on him. He's going to run for it and throws it away. And now we get a late flag. Are they going to call it a grounding? We'll see what the call is here. The Liberty players think so. They only have an ineligible man downfield, it looks like, on the Monarchs.
Yeah, that's a danger on some of these RPOs because they don't know. The linemen can't see what's going on behind them, so they're running a run block play. And if you don't get rid of the ball quickly, if you have to scramble around, they're still run blocking 4 yards downfield when you throw it.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty.
Center
First down.
Ryan Joyce, who gets hit with the ineligible man downfield.
That had nothing to do with the interview. I washed my hands.
Liberty's also turned up the heat here in these last couple drives on Joseph. They're trying to get some pressure dialed up. At that time, obviously, he had to escape the pressure and just threw it away. So that'll bring up a 1st and 15 for Old Dominion. Ball now back at their 13-yard line.
It's hard to blitz on these formations that they run. They spread you out so wide.
Joseph fakes the pitch. Now he's going to try to run for it. Breaks the tackle. Spin it on his feet. He's got the first down and a little bit more. Colton Joseph gets taken down at the 35-yard line, but a big run by the Monarchs quarterback.
Quarterback sweep. They fake the pitch, get the linebacker's eyes flowing one direction. You got a guard pulling out in front of him. You got 2 linemen pulling out in front of him. He just follows those big guys to the outside. Woodsma with a pretty good block on the clean out. And Joseph, as we said, this guy can run the ball.
22-yard pickup from Colton Joseph.
Why do they need that? Picking up the first down after the penalty.
It's him out of jail. Devin Roche, again, the lone back. Give to Roche. He's going to wait for his hole. He's got one now. He gets lowered his shoulder. He's got 12 yards on the 1st and 10, so the ODU drive now continues at their own 47.
Yeah, they've been able to run the ball at will pretty much all night here. The RPOs have been a good weapon for them, but, straight dropbacks, Joseph locked in. But, I mean, if you just keep doing what you're doing, setting up the run, getting the good blocks up front, the passing will come. You don't have to force it.
Empties the backfield now. Trips here to the near side.
And look, there's 2 linebackers there, but nobody's over the middle.
Colton Joseph cuts it upfield, gets down before the contact that has it inside Liberty territory at the 47-yard line.
It's simple math. It's a hat count. when they're spread out that wide, you look down, there's 3 down linemen there and 1 linebacker in the box, and there's nobody else there. Now there's 2 backers there now.
Butler in motion. Give to Roche going left side. He's pushing forward close to the first down marker. He's going to be about a yard shy, so 3rd and short coming up for Old Dominion. And we've got an injured player for Liberty, one of their defensive linemen on the ground.
Officials timeout.
There's an officials
timeout. This will be immediate timeout.
We'll take a timeout as well as they tend to the injured Flame. Be a 3rd and 1 when we return. You're watching college football here on ESPN+. Back here at SB Ballard Stadium, as you see Jason Henderson, former Old Dominion linebacker, who just a few weeks ago after the North Carolina Central game that was back on September 7th announced that he is retiring from football. Unfortunately, the injury in that 2023 season, Andy, was just too tough to come back from, and obviously tried to gut it out last year, played early but couldn't, and then played the first game this season against Indiana. But Jason Henderson, All-American, of course, a lot of records, national records, and great player. Good to see him, and as Ricky Ronnie said this week, the thing that makes him the most satisfied with the situation is that Jason Henderson's at peace with the decision he made.
Yeah, led the world in tackles for almost 2 years straight.
Here's a 3rd and 1. Straight ahead, Roche. He's going to get dropped in the backfield and lose yardage. So now ODU has got a decision to make here. Do you punt it away from your own 40 or their Liberty 45, or do you stay on the field and try to go for it? Would it be a 4th and 3? And there's no decision to be made as Ricky Ronnie sends Ian Brandt out to kick.
And Bodner coming downhill from the nickel spot and did not miss. Sometimes that's a tough tackle. Roche's a shifty running back. He's not the biggest guy, but he's got the speed and some of the moves, but Bodner all over it that time.
So Ian Brandt on to punt for Old Dominion. Another drive stalls out. Brandt end over end. Reese Smith is going to catch it at the 7-yard line. So that's where Liberty will start with a chance to even the score here with 5:43 to go in this 3rd quarter of play. Liberty suddenly has taken the momentum away. I mean, that you think about that fumble before half, right inside the red zone that Joseph's reaching. The replay official confirms that it's a fumble as it was called on the field. Then the interception, they turned into points this half. Those 4 turnovers have really been costly on Old Dominion, and Liberty's found some life out of it.
Yeah, you let them hang around long enough, injured as they are, they're going to rally. They're going to come together, find a spot, and they did.
Michael Merdinger, the North Carolina transfer, hands it to Caden Williams. Big hole for Williams on first down. He gets it across the 19-yard line, and that'll be a pickup of 11. So 1st and 10 is a chains move for Liberty. Suddenly got some momentum and pushing the ODU defense around on that play.
Confidence is building over there on that sideline.
Merdinger played last year at North Carolina in their bowl game, the Fenway Bowl. It's UConn. He's played a few snaps, obviously, this year. Had played most of the second half against James Madison.
Played decently in that Fenway Bowl. He had 80-some-odd yards, I think, in that game. Yeah, 86 yards, went 9 of 12.
Now you can see he's got a little confidence in the big play. The hit to Dante Lee. And Williams is starting to get going, who came in for the injured Evan Dickens. So 2nd and 8 for Liberty. This time Merdinger back to pass. Looking downfield, and ran out of time as Giles slams him to the ground. Uh-oh. See if there's no flag on that, but good strong tackle from Giles. Sometimes those.
Yeah, that's a coverage sack and a half right there. It's a two-man route. They were trying to take another shot, looking for another deep ball, probably the lead. But that time the Monarchs had safety help over the back, and they dropped back. There was coverage there, so he couldn't pull the trigger quickly. And Giles that's violence right there. You were talking about want to play violent, and that's the definition.
Fred Giles, big sack for Old Dominion where they need it. So it brings up 3rd and 15 as the Monarchs defense tries to get off the field to Merdinger. Going to load up again. Throws the far side of the field and way out of the outstretched arms of his intended receiver. So that's going to be 4th and 15 as Jamari Pearson really had no shot at it. He'd have been well shy of the first down markers as well.
That's a big play for the Monarchs right there. They needed something good to happen because it's been mostly all Liberty here in this third quarter so far, and that was a big play. Slowed the momentum down for the Flames and should result in some good field position for Old Dominion.
Max Morgan on to punt. He's been crushing it at a 65-yarder. Another false start or a delay of game.
False start, offense, number 29, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Absolute killer, backs you up even further. Again, we mentioned Morgan, he's got a strong leg. He's averaging 40 yards a punt this year and had a big one in the first half.
He's averaging 51 in this one.
You're asking for a lot here as he's backed up even further. A good punt. Roche says let it bounce. It's going to settle around the 50, and it's going to be down maybe on the Old Dominion side of the field, but great field position for the Monarchs with 3:46 to go here in this third quarter.
Well, they got to capitalize now. Defense did their job, got the stop, got the sack, got good field position. Liberty's been able to make one good play to get themselves off the field on defense in this quarter so far. The interception obviously was a huge one, and they made 2 good run stops on 3rd downs. And 3rd and shorts, really, both of them. And they made 2 good plays in the backfield.
So out of the timeout, it's going to be Catravion Hargrove, the Old Dominion back. Hargrove, 3 carries for 10 yards in the game. So ODU continues to rotate those running backs, deep, stable backs. Play action, Joseph. Looking to load up, throws under into some coverage and incomplete, and under through Trey Brown, the third. A lot of white jerseys in that area, too.
I mean, they were kind of showing a single high safety look there, but at the snap, they dropped back into a cover 2. And so there wasn't a whole lot of room back there. Kind of, half throwing that away. He wasn't really, but that ball was not really catchable by anyone. But like you said, there's a lot of white shirts.
2nd and 10. Butler, the tight end, in motion. Hargrove straight ahead. Lowers his shoulder, gets it to the 45, 46 of Liberty's. They'll mark him down to the 46. So 3rd and 6 coming up for the Monarchs.
And that's what they do when they have the 2 safety look at the outset. That's the run look. Then you get a charge like that. Not a huge gain, but you picked up 3 or 4 yards, and now 3rd and 6 is a lot better than 3rd and 10.
Empty backfield, trips here to the near side, 2 to the left of Joseph as well.
This might be 4 downs here too.
Joseph loading up, thrown and caught by Gladding for the first down. Big catch there by Naheem Abdul-Rahim Gladding. Stonebridge, Virginia product.
A simple little out cut. It might have been an option route, looking to judge the leverage there on the corner, which again is Harmon, who's been busy tonight. Good protection and a good throw, and it's a first down.
Hargrove goes left side, cuts it back on the inside and finds some room and picks up 5 yards on 1st and 10.
Even on something like that, it's all about hat count. They put the tight end in motion, move him out. What they're trying to do is draw the coverage out there with them, get another linebacker out of the box.
Quick snap, Joseph going deep to Gladding again. This time it's going to be overthrown, incomplete. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Bodnar all over him. I mean, it's as close as you can get to wearing the same jersey.
And really good coverage on the back end by Christian Bodnar. It's a big 3rd down here for ODU.
Again, they might be in 4-down territory, kind of in no man's land here. Long field goal, too short for a punt.
Marki James, the back, subbed in for Hargrove.
Converted about this same distance last time.
Joseph fakes the pitch. He's going to keep it himself, go left side. He's going to fall down. He might have lost some yardage. We got a flag on the play, and I think you get a penalty perhaps on the Monarchs as well. Wait and see what the call is, but either way, it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're assuming they want to decline this. They might.
Yeah, do they decline it or do they back them up? Because if you decline it, then
Holding. Offense, number 75. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Now, keep in mind, I know the conditions aren't perfect, but Riley Callahan hit a 50-yarder against Virginia Tech. He's coming out.
He's coming out to give it a shot. Well, it has, again, stopped raining. The wind is not really doing anything either direction right now. You see the goalpost. I don't see any type of flag movement.
52 where they're putting it down.
Yeah, it's a 52-yarder. Ian Brandt getting the holder, the punter.
53 is the long, I think, for program history.
They're trying to make this a 2-score game.
His career long was 50, which he hit at Virginia Tech 2 weeks ago.
And now we got a timeout. Ricky Ronnie, I believe, burned the timeout. Something.
Old Dominion calls their first timeout of the half.
Either it was about the
30 seconds.
game clock was about to run out, or he didn't like something, so he's pointing.
What he didn't like was the late substitution by Liberty, because when they subbed, Liberty had a late guy coming on, and they were holding the play up to allow that sub to come in, and he's like, well, I mean, he's got to be in sooner. They put an emphasis on that this season. So they have to do it at a, quote, athletic pace, whatever definition that
right.
is.
Yeah.
But that's probably what he's upset about.
Well, like on special teams, especially, like everybody's coming off, so you know.
Yeah, everybody's subbing.
Everybody's subbing, so if somebody's coming on that late, yeah, that's
the way they came on, I don't think they were doing it on purpose. He was sprinting on
somebody
late.
forgot what he was supposed to do,
Yeah.
And again, with all the injuries they've had, it could be a kid, filling in. But that, keep an eye on that. 2:01 to go in the third. You're down to 2 timeouts of your Old Dominion. In a 1-score game right now. And again, we'll see Callahan line it up here. Riley Callahan. This is going to be a 52-yard attempt.
Be another career high back-to-back, well, not weeks, but back-to-back games.
Snap there, hold there, kick on its way. It's got the distance. Is it going to split? And it does. No, wide left. No, the fans were cheering at that end. No, but it misses it wide left.
It was coming back. He was fading it back in, and he just missed it left. He had the distance.
So the kick is no good, and Liberty's got excellent field position with 1:55 to go here in the third quarter.
And that was close.
He definitely had plenty of leg.
It started a little bit further outside than I think he was aiming it, and then it was fading back in. It's not like one of my drives that would have just kept fading. It would have kept on going out of the building probably. But
So Liberty quickly on the ball here. Michael Merdinger in this offense. Got a little pep in their step. Williams give right side, cuts his way back into the middle, and will be taken down to the 41 by Jaleel Colbreth. But a nice gain on 1st and 10 of about 6 yards. A second and 4, coming up for Liberty. Trying to even the score here.
here's that option backfield look. Gray behind him.
Yeah, Juju Gray, the deep back in this pistol formation with Caden Williams to the left of Merdinger. Give to Williams again. He's got the first down and a little bit more as he drags some Old Dominion tacklers as Lucas Struck was the one who brought him to the ground.
And that's the one you got to stop. If they're going to line up in this triple option like this, that dive is the one you got to stop because they'll grind you to death with that. They'll just keep running that over and over again until you stop it. And you have to stop it to make them pull it and try to pitch it. And then you get weird things that can happen.
Williams, 12 carries, 40 yards now. Filling in for Dickens, who was injured earlier. Again, Williams straight ahead. He's got a little bit space there. Another 6-yard pickup on 1st and 10.
Yeah, he's starting to feel it now. He's building up some confidence. He's getting all the carries. He knows him and Gray are about all they got left standing in the backfield right now. He's going to come out now, and it'll just be Gray in.
Under about 20 seconds left in this third quarter.
3 tight ends here.
Juju Gray gets met in the backfield, spins out of it, and maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. And that's about it. But ODU had a shot. It was Colbreth who could have got him in the backfield. Didn't get him to the ground. Struck eventually took him down. And that should be the last play of this third quarter. So we are headed to the fourth quarter, and we've got a ball game. Although the lopsided stats in favor of Old Dominion, the turnovers have kept Liberty in this game, and they've made some plays here in this third quarter. Now trying to even things up. Stick with them, so we've got a big fourth quarter ahead here. You're watching college football on ESPN+. Welcome back inside SB Ballard Stadium as we get ready for the fourth quarter play. Old Dominion with a 14-7 lead over Liberty. Liberty, though, has the football and trying to even things up. This game has taken some twists and turns. 4 turnovers for Old Dominion in this game, 3 of which were in the red zone, deep red zone, have really been a problem here for the Monarchs. And this is why Liberty's hanging around here despite injuries, despite not having their starting quarterback. Michael Merdinger, as we'll see here, these are not amazing stats by any means, Andy, but he hit one big play to Dante Lee. And the Colton Joseph part of the story obviously is there at the bottom, the interception and the fumble, one of which was on the goal line.
Yeah.
The other one which ended another drive, and they cashed in right after that. And obviously Colton with the big yardage numbers as well. Here's a big third down coming up. 3rd and 4. Williams, the lone back next to Merdinger. Back to pass. He's got some time. Now he's running out of time quickly. Now Atala chases him out. Now he gets met by Colbreth, but he's still moving forward towards the markers, but he's going to be about 1.5 yards shy.
Oh, that was close.
Woo. He was moving forward, though, wasn't he? He got popped. He got a mass of humanity there, but
again, that's all coverage.
give the credit to the redshirt freshman for fighting, though.
And now what do you do after that kind of effort? They're going to bring in, they're going to go to Hauk again, the big quarterback.
We have not seen him here in the second half. This is an interesting time for him.
Here's a stat for you. 71 yards for Liberty in the first half. Total yards. They had 91 yards in the third quarter.
This is a big play here for both teams. 4th and 2. Liberty trying to continue this drive. Ethan Hauk, the running quarterback in the game. He's got Copeland behind him. He's going to go straight ahead, and he's going to be met. And I don't think he got anywhere. No, he didn't. He's going to be shy.
I don't know. Right foot, left foot
See the spot here by the officials. The massive humanity down there.
Well, the guy who came in from the far side, I think, is going to mark it a little short, maybe. I don't know.
Liberty players are pointing forward. I didn't think he had it where he was. I thought he was more closer to the 40.
Officials timeout for a measurement.
We're going to take a look.
And now there's a pretty good spot for Liberty.
Yeah, where he came in, I thought he was going to maybe mark it short, but when he put it down, I think maybe he's got it now.
Trying to shoo the teams away as the chain gang comes across. And again, I thought he had to get to the 43, and the nose of the football is real close. Can't tell because the logo kind of makes it a little bit more challenging to see. And they stretch the change out. He's shy by a 0.5 yard. So big stop from the Old Dominion defense. Ricky Ronnie fired up. Blake Seiler's guys come up in a big spot.
A huge stop. You would not have thought watching that first half, especially that first, the second quarter, that there would be a huge stop like that in this third quarter, but they all are right now. This Liberty team has woken up. They have built some confidence. They are right in the middle of this ball game.
They're really battling. You got to give them a lot of credit. Again, dealing with some injuries. No Ethan Vasco to start the game tonight. Lost players along the way, including their top running back, Evan Dickens. 2 big defensive players, 1 ejection. I mean, a little bit of everything here. Marion Williams got thrown out. Braylon Green had to take the card off the field. But Liberty is hanging in this game. See if ODU can put some space here. Throw the near side to Thomas. Thomas is going to be held up and going to go nowhere.
Look at the effort.
Really good tackle. Right at the point of that. Dexter Ricks, who's one of the depth guys. Thomas might have a ankle or a calf, too. He's kind of stretching it out over there.
They're using guys because Amarian Williams ejected it in the first quarter for targeting, so Ricks and some of these depth corners have had to step in.
Johnson in motion, the tight end. Play action, throwing it. Thomas open, catches it at 30. Makes a man miss. 20. Can he go to the house? 10. 5, and he does. Touchdown. The second one of the night for Ja'Cory Thomas from Colton Joseph. ODU up 20-7 with 13-17 to go here in the fourth.
We're talking about the depth in these corners. That's miscommunication. That's a blown coverage. Corey Jones, the safety, and I think it was Ricks who might have been over there, and neither of them picked up the receiver. I mean, Thomas just by himself down the sidelines.
Second on the night for Ja'Cory Thomas. That one from 55 yards out. It's a 2-play, 56-yard drive that took just 40 seconds after the stop on downs by Old Dominion.
That's the old I got him, you take him.
So big one after Lynch, DeAndre Lynch and Jaleel Colbreth stopped Hawk short of the first down line to gain, and the extra point is good from Riley Callahan. So a 2-score game here at SB Ballard Stadium with 13-17 to go. ODU getting some space. Stick with us. Still got a lot of football left here on ESPN+. Back inside SB Ballard Stadium, the receivers meeting up, talking to Ja'Cory Thomas. What a night. 5 catches, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns from Colton Joseph tonight. So LaCorey Thomas is having himself a game to transfer from Hutchinson Community College. He is really showing out here tonight, Andy.
He's one of well, they had 4 guys that came over. Trey Brown came with them, the other receiver from Hutchinson. They won a...
Old Dominion, number 5, is now wearing number 45. Old Dominion, number 18, is now wearing number 84.
That's special teams. You can't have the same number out there, so they have to change jerseys when backups get into special team situations. But Hutchinson won the JUCO National Championship last year, and the Monarchs went out recruiting and brought 2 of their receivers into their fold here, and they have shown out.
That's a good stop for this program. They're going to continue to go there. All right, here is the kick, and Juju's going to call the fair catch, not return it. He had a big 54-yard one to start this game. Juju Gray for
all those
the
guys
Liberty
that
Flames.
Just went through the effort of changing jerseys on the sidelines. Now they just kick a touchback.
It's not easy to do either with pads on, changing jerseys. That takes a lot of work. So.
Well, you take the pads off and give it to the manager, and then he will see. They're working on it right now.
Yeah, it's taking forever. Yeah. And they're trying to get it off.
Oh, he put the jersey.
Oh, they put it over. That makes a lot
of
more
his
sense. So it's Crutchfield, Brandon Crutchfield.
Yeah, the corner. Crutchfield they just put another jersey over
That's
top
smart.
of the one he was wearing.
It's way better planning than what we were thinking. We were thinking they're actually taking off pads and everything.
See, that's why we're not.
Yeah,
we're not down there.
Not equipment guys. All right, Michael Merdinger now 2 scores down.
That wasn't important enough.
The Flames need to make something happen. Evan Williams dissecting the ODU defense for about 6 yards there. Nice pickup on 1st and 10. As Caden Williams.
The only time they changed my jersey is when I got mustard on it.
Caden Williams, 15 carries, 59 yards. Done a nice job, all things considered. He wasn't expected to be doing this tonight. Obviously, Evan Dickens. They also thought Vaughn Blue might make a return, but with the wet conditions, they decided the better not to do that tonight. So Williams straight ahead. He's going to get right on the first down marker, so that should move the chains for Liberty. Again, need 2 scores here, down 21-7. Clock moving, 12.5 to go.
Yeah,
Here in this fourth quarter.
Here in the second half, I mean, it started sprinkling a little bit there early in the third quarter, but since then, I mean, it's pretty nice out there right now, temperature-wise, and it's not too humid, drying out a little bit.
Certainly, that was a trying first half, clearly, with all the fumbles and straight ahead. And you really couldn't. I mean, these guys warming up too were really dealing with the condition. It was really downpouring when most of these players were warming up. We got a player who lost his helmet for Liberty, one of their offensive linemen. Probably going to come
timeout for a helmet off to an offensive player.
That's going to be
Jope Ingers.
Jope Ingers.
The left guard.
Yeah, Jope Ingers is going to have to come out for a play now because his helmet went off. So they'll bring in one of the depth linemen. And it's just been one thing after another tonight. That's Christian Williams who comes in.
No, he slides over, I think. They're going to put him straight in and guard.
He went in a tackle. Christian Williams went in a right tackle.
Williams is a tackle.
So here comes Juju Gray in motion. Merdinger back to pass. Pockets closing in on him. He's going to be taken down. Pile of humanity there. Thomas, I believe, got it for Old Dominion. Keyshawn Thomas going to share that sack, perhaps.
He's trying to take a deep shot to Dante Lee again. Drawing the eyes out with the motion into the flat, but really they're looking for that post, a deep post to Lee, and it was man coverage. So they kind of had the matchup they wanted. It just took too long. The protection did not hold up.
Jackson Forrest might have got a piece of that too. See whether they officially call that sack.
Third sack.
Yeah, it was Jackson Forrest and Keyshawn Thomas that share it. So big third down here. Merdinger rolling out, now throws it the other way to Juju Gray. He's got space, but he's going to be shy of the first down.
It's a good play design, though. I like that throwback screen with one of your shiftiest running backs out there.
10:40 to go, 2 scores. What will Liberty do? Looks like they're going to punt it away. So 4th and 5 coming up. Max Morgan comes back out. He had a 61-yard punt earlier in this game. He's been booting the ball for Liberty, but if you're Liberty, he's been punting too much.
I think 4th and 3 here. If they'd have gotten 2 more yards, this might have been a more interesting decision.
Back for the Monarchs, Devin Roche. Punt is going to hit about the 25, and Roche's going to grab it on the bounce at the 15. He slips, but dives forward. Pretty good pickup, boy, but he kept his feet. Who knows?
Still a good decision, though. You better make sure you got that because, I mean, you're saving a bunch of yards because if you don't, it's going to roll down. They're going to down it inside the 5. But if you do, you better make sure you got it. 2 hands on it.
ODU will start the drive of their own 23. We'll continue here. 10:09 to go in regulation. Old Dominion 21-7 on top. This weekend for Old Dominion is their Hall of Fame weekend. You see the 2025 class. Nick Mayers, a wide receiver here for Old Dominion when Taylor Heineke was quarterback.
Yeah, you talk about shifty. There's a shifty receiver right there. That guy would take it. He's a danger to take it to the house every time he touched it.
All these honorees were on the field during the game last night. They had a banquet for them all. Congratulations to the class of 2025. Old Dominion first and 10, 10:09 to go.
Current
21-7 lead.
Want to put this thing away right now.
Traquan Jones, who started this game, the back.
They're begging for him to run this right here.
Next to Colton Joseph. Joseph going to throw it quickly. Thomas has it. He's going to get stacked up. Maybe a no gainer for TJ Johnson. The no gainer there.
And that was a run box right there. That was a run look. I mean, I know they had sort of the numbers on the outside there set up, but changes late here.
Joseph letting that play clock work down. Inside of 10 now. After the snap, gives it to Jones. Straight ahead, Jones runs into a wall. That bounces off. He's got the 30. 35 first down, and then some more as he's still fighting. And he has the 44-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. And a big run on a 2nd and 10 by Traquan Jones to move the chains.
That's all Jones right there. I mean, that had nothing written all over it. And he just bounced it to the outside, and suddenly nothing turns into a first down.
Pick up a 21 on the play. Joseph again with Jones next to him.
$72 yards now on the ground for Jones.
Now he goes under motion in the backfield. Joseph's going to keep it. He spins around. Whoa. And gets it to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, that was a pretty good shot he took right there.
Yeah, I don't think you want your quarterback taking those. Although we have a Liberty player on the ground. Might be Bryce Dixon, maybe 99.
Officials timeout for an injury.
Trying to find out here.
As design quarterback.
This will be immediate timeout.
All the way. He
we'll
fakes the flare.
So 8:32 to go in this football game. 21-7, Monarchs lead the Flames. We'll take a timeout for the injury timeout. Stick with us. Still plenty of football to be played here from SB Ballard Stadium in Norfolk. You're watching college football on ESPN+. Back in here at SB Ballard Stadium, Traquan Jones for Old Dominion, 72 yards tonight on 12 carries. Getting it done. He's trying to get his third straight 100-yard game. 21-7 the score. We've got 8:32 to go here in regulation. Scott Jackson, Andy Bashaw with you. Good news for the Flames. Bryce Dixon, the big defensive tackle, was able to jog off the field in his own power during that timeout.
Yeah, they can't afford to lose anymore.
Joseph, play action. Looking to load up again across the middle. Overthrown, or actually underthrown. The kneecaps there, or the shins of Ja'Cory Thomas.
Yeah, as Elijah August kind of affected that. He was playing the underneath zone there. I think that scared Joseph a little bit. He didn't want to put it too far out in front.
Made a safe play there. Well, 3rd and 7 here for the Monarchs. 8:19 to go. Liberty trying to get the ball back, down 2 scores. Joseph again loading up. He's got a man over there, and that is caught. Trey Brown, the third. 1st and 10 Monarchs, moving the chains.
That is a long throw. That's one of those opposite hash comebacks to the sidelines, and that was right on the dart. I mean, he put that right on the money. It was a dart right on the money. There we go. That was
a big-time throw, though. You're right. That carried a lot further than the distance that it'll get credit for on the play of 14 yards. He threw it a lot further than that.
Timing was perfect, too, right out of the break.
Joseph gives it. Jones going left. Stutter steps through the hole, and then he gets cut down. Nice play defensively. Coming up, Henderson. Devin Henderson getting some time here tonight with all an injury to Braylon Green. Amarian Williams was thrown out for targeting early in this football game. A lot of things going on here in the secondary tonight for Liberty.
Yeah, and that cost them a touchdown, too, because of some of the changes that they had, miscommunication. The last touchdown Old Dominion had was wide open, blown coverage. Also, longest pass play of the season for the Monarchs, that 55-yarder.
2nd and 5. Joseph loading up. He's got to buy himself some time. Now he's just going to ground it, and he's going to get hit as he grounds it.
I think Jones was there.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. The quarterback was outside of the pocket.
Okay.
That
was nowhere near the line of scrimmage, though.
Yeah, it wasn't. Darrell Ferreira was the one applying the pressure.
There it is. There's the flag.
Now they're going to throw a flag.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 1. He's outside the pocket, but the ball did not reach the line of scrimmage. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. 4th down.
It's a costly foul. It's going to probably bring out the punting unit. Ricky Ronnie's losing his mind right now.
The only thing he might be pointing out is that the running back, Jones, I think he was throwing a block, but he was in the area, you could say.
That's not 4th down. That should put it to 3rd down. I think the referee said 4th. That's not correct.
Ronnie's lost the headset now. He just hands the headset off so he can continue screaming.
So it should be 3rd and 5.
3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd down. Not 3rd and 5, but 3rd and a lot.
16.
Yeah, 3rd and 16, actually. All right, should be 3rd and 16, and they've corrected it here.
Ronnie has still got his.
Yeah, Ricky Ronnie is still trying to have a conversation with these officials. I don't think it's going to happen. Marki James empties out of the backfield, so Joseph will have 5 wide, trips to his right, and 2 here to the near side. Joseph back to pass. Going to throw it here near side, caught, and that's Gladding, who's going to be pushed out of bounds, short of the marker, but gives the ODU a decision here.
Yeah, that gets you right back into a chance.
Damon Harmon with a tackle there, making sure Gladding didn't get it to the marker.
That's kind of the same opposite hash comeback route that he just completed on the other side to Brown.
So 4th and 3, ODU's offense stays in the field. Marki James in the backfield to the right of Colton Joseph.
Let's see if they're going to try to get him to jump. They're going to run something here.
So 7 on the play clock. See if he actually runs the play. Now they do run a play. And it's a sneak for Joseph. Can he get there? He does. Dives forward just in front of the marker. 1st and 10, Old Dominion.
Another high snap there, but he brought it down. He might have had more room than that had that snap not thrown the timing off a little bit. If everybody's looking at James, he goes in motion. And Joseph, once he got that snap, he had a big hold there.
Good tackle by Farrar to make, as you say, hold the damages down, because I think if he gets past 11, he could be going much further.
11's made a lot of tackles tonight.
He is a terrific player. Joseph throwing the slant high and incomplete, trying to get it to Gladding, and he's going to get a flag. I think Gladding was interfered with.
You're going to get Bodner.
Two flags thrown by the officials.
Now there's John going on afterwards, and here's Brown coming in to pull Gladding out of there. Good decision.
Yeah, you don't need that. They had an ejection, of course, in the Virginia Tech game.
He's helping his fellow receiver, getting him out of there. Like, we don't need that right now. We got the flag. Although there's a long discussion going on here.
Pass interference. Defense, number 6. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Includes an automatic first down.
Christian Bodner, the guilty party for the Flames. So Old Dominion in business here at the Liberty 13-yard line. Looks like it was to be spotted. To say, you don't want these, even with a lead. We saw this at Virginia Tech too. It was a special team situation where T.J. Lott got up and he's the guy who retaliates and gets caught.
And he hasn't been in this game, I don't think, yet. I mean, I don't think there's a suspension from. I mean, it's up to the conference. It's not like targeting where it's an automatic.
Right.
You have to sit out for a half of the next game. But it's either a conference decision or it could be a coaching decision. Either way, I haven't seen him out there much.
So James to the right of Colton Joseph. Again, 2 receivers each side. High snap again. Play action. Colton trying to load up. Throw in the corner of the end zone. He's got Thomas for a third, but that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's the snap, because that was a pretty good corner route. He was open. He had a couple of yards on the defender, but by the time he got it under control, it was too late. He was running out of space. Thomas was running out of space in the corner.
He's coming to the sideline now. They're going to sub in T.J. Johnson for him. It's a 2nd and 10. Old Dominion needs to get to about the 5-yard line of the Flames for the first. 5:29 to go here in regulation. Give to James, right side. Hole closes quickly.
Again.
Boy, that hole closed quickly there. The Farrar is just flying everywhere.
Yeah, there was a hole, and then there was Farrar. And then that's the way that play went.
Yeah, big time play by him. He had 10 tackles last week against James Madison to go along with a pass breakup and a tackle for loss. So the 3rd and 10 for Old Dominion here with 4:55 clock moving to go.
That's the other thing. They're not in a hurry here. They're snapping this way late in the play clock, eating as much of this time as they can.
Snap it with 2 seconds left in the play clock. Now time runs out for Joseph. He's running forward and dives forward. And again, there goes that man. No, actually this Hall that time, number 12.
They brought the house on that one.
They sure did.
Both linebackers, Joseph
Liberty calls their first time out of the half. 30
Eli
seconds.
Hall with the sack, or not the sack, but with the tackle. Joseph gained 3 yards, so that's going to bring Callahan out for what should be a chip shot.
I mean, that's not what they wanted to do, but they do eat up a lot of clock.
Make it a 3-score game, so from that standpoint, you gotta take the points here. If you can make the field goal with 4:37 to go.
I mean, they started this drive with 10:09 left on the clock, and
this
is
is
4:37.
Time-consuming drive.
So
you think about the other Old Dominion drives, there were quick strike scores tonight. Of course, the red zone has kind of been the danger zone for Old Dominion tonight with 3 turnovers in the deep red zone.
So you're looking at 5-minute and change drive. They would like to come away with more points than 3, but, they'll take it.
Yeah, 3 pretty much put the game out of reach.
And, yeah,
with this much time left.
3-score game.
What Liberty's been dealing with. The injuries as well. So Callahan on to try the 33-yard field goal. Snap is a bad one. He's going to barely get it off, and he's going to miss it wide left. So hold that thought. 4:33 to go. Bad snap, and the whole process was messed up there.
I mean, it was a little low, but I'm not sure if it was that bad or if there was an issue with the hold.
Brant and Callahan talking it over as they walk off the field, but
I think Brant kind of just lost it. Maybe the ball's a little wet. These are kicking balls that probably have not been out on the field as much, but if it gets a little moisture on it, just because the field's probably still soaking wet, that might have had something to do with it, because it was a little low, but it didn't look terrible. I think the punter, Brant, I think he may have just dropped that.
So 4:33 left. Liberty has 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout. And Michael Merdinger trying to lead his team down the field. They need points and in a hurry. Down by 2 scores. Merdinger back to pass. He's got his tight end open, and that's going to be an easy 10 on 1st and 10 as that is caught by Jacob Jenkins. Clock still moving. 4:20 left. Caden Williams next to Merdinger. Give to Williams, going right side. Got a little bit of hole. Good cutback. Still on his feet. He gets taken down by Steiger. There might be a ball loose. I think Steiger might have knocked it out. McKendry Steiger's pointing like Old Dominion may have the recovery. Forced fumble by Steiger. Who recovers it, though? A massive pile. The officials point Old Dominion.
It's Monarchs.
Wow. Steiger knew it. Players are celebrating with Steiger. We'll see what player comes up with.
Rolling on the field is a fumble. Recovered by the defense.
And it's
first
Lucas
down, Old
Struck
Dominion.
at the bottom of the pile. Lucas Struck, the backup safety, celebrating. McKendry Steiger with a big hit. Kansas State transfer. And Lucas Struck. Right place, right time.
Oh, yeah, there's no question on the replay. That ball he was still standing straight upright on both feet, and that ball was just punched right out of there.
He made a nice cut as well. He was going to have a good gain there. Talking about Caden Williams, but again, getting more volume tonight than he's used to. I mean, on the season, coming into this one, 24 carries. I think he's got 18 tonight. Make that 17 after that carry.
Yeah, that's the replay on the big video board here. We're still fighting technical difficulties
apologies
here
for that,
tonight.
but we did see it here in the stadium. So Devin Roche next to Colton Joseph. 4:03 to go. ODU trying to eat this clock. Roche straight ahead, driving. Nice strong run on 1st and 10 for the Old Dominion running back.
Now, the last word before this offense goes out there by the running backs coach. Both hands on the football.
No question.
We've seen it hit the turf too many times tonight. Yeah, it's been wet and it's been miserable and raining, but both hands on the ball. The last thing you need now is another turnover to let them right back in this. You just want to strangle this clock and finish this thing out. Get out of here with a sloppy win, but a win.
Yeah, and a win. I mean, Old Dominion has not had an FBS win over Liberty.
Yeah, the last time they won was both of these teams were in the FCS still, and it was a playoff game.
Keeper from Colton Joseph going forward. He takes a pretty good pop there. Ferrer's holding him up. Carter's got him by the legs. I don't think you want to see that happen this late in this game. Conference play, of course, next week for Old Dominion with Coastal Carolina.
That you definitely don't want to see.
Yeah, Liberty's got UTEP.
He's slow,
in 2 weeks.
But he's back up. That's something the Monarch fans are holding their breath right there. Anytime one gets up slow, he seems okay, but.
3rd and 1 coming up next week, a 6 o'clock kickoff against Coastal Carolina here at SB Bauer Stadium for the Monarchs. Liberty gets a much-needed bye. Give to Jones. He's got the first down a little bit more, pushing forward towards that 30 to 29-yard line. So again, an Old Dominion receiver, Trey Brown, going over to Doug Gladding.
That's Gladding again. He's been getting into it with Bonninger all night. And again, Trey Brown is having to go over there and play peacemaker and just get in between them and say, hey, back it off. That's,
2-minute timeout here.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
Old Dominion in control, 21-7. Trying to salt this thing away with the football in their possession. We'll take a final timeout as well. Stick with us here, college football on ESPN+.
as good as they could be.
Back here at SB Ballard Stadium, 21-7 Old Dominion with 2 minutes to go in this football game. If ODU can hold on here to be their first win over Liberty since 2013. And how about this for a stat for you, Andy Bashaw? It would be their 100th in program history as well.
Everybody's still hanging out. It was able to get here and is still hanging out here. Getting credit to those who are here in the stands, because I mean it's not only that it was a torrential downpour, inches of rain in a couple of hours, but Norfolk's a low-lying city, so I mean there's flooding all over the place. It was hard to even get here tonight, so probably a lot of good viewers out there for us, but to the ones that are here, they stuck it out, man.
You know, ODU's kind of fought themselves a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, this is not. I mean, neither sideline is going to be happy with the way this game went.
So 1st and 10. Jones, another carry going left side, going to follow his blockers, pushing through. Woodsma open up. He's still on his feet, still fighting for it, but whistles finally blow as Ferrari wrapped him up. Cooper also was in there. Carter, was also in there. 2 fine linebackers for Liberty. But a strong 5-yard run on 1st and 10 from Carter. I think he gave him 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6. 1:37 to go.
Liberty's got 2 timeouts, so they can't quite kneel it down yet.
Doesn't look like they're in a hurry to use them. I think they might just want to get out of here and get to that bye week as well with all the injuries and things they have dealt with here in these first few weeks of the season. This will be a 4-game losing streak for Liberty. That's not something they're used to. Give to Jones, go right side, stutter steps, gets in the hole, still pushing, and they're going to blow it dead.
Rip that thing out of there.
Ferrar's in on every play. Now they burn a timeout with 1:03 to go, so that'll stop the clock. 3rd.
Liberty calls their second timeout of the half.
Old Dominion.
30 seconds.
So Liberty burns a timeout. It'll just be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here with you. Meanwhile, Traquan Jones is inching closer to that 100. I don't know if he's going to I don't know if he has enough field to get it. He does have enough field to get it. The question, will he get enough green? He's got 89 yards. Of course, his last 2 games have been over 100.
Well, he's going to be upset that he's only averaging close to 7 a carry tonight.
Yeah, he hit some really big numbers after that first week.
14 yards a carry or something. Yeah, because he's had, earlier this year, he had a 93-yard rush for a touchdown and like a 75-yarder earlier, I think.
He had a 5-carry, 163-yard game against North Carolina Central.
5 carries and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns. I think at one point he was like 3 touches, 3 touchdowns in that game.
You take that slugging percentage.
Really good game at Virginia Tech a few weeks ago as well. One of the many players who shined in that one, 13 for a 101 and a TD. So 3rd down and 3 here. As back now is Devin Roche for Old Dominion.
Coming down to stop the run.
Joseph gives it to Roche. Stutter stats, he pushes forward. Did he get it? Yes, he got it. Roche, 4-yard pickup, only needed 3.
Might do it.
And that should do it, unless Jamie Chadwell wants to stay here a little bit longer. Doesn't look like he's going to burn a timeout. So 21-7 Monarchs. Wasn't a pretty one tonight. 4 turnovers. As we said, the conditions weren't great. Kind of, 3 red zone turnovers deep in the red zone, but 3-1 at the end of the day, going into conference play.
Yeah, they're gonna enjoy this victory, but like I said, I don't think either sideline is going to be really happy with the way this one played out.
This is a 4-game losing streak now for Liberty, and as we said, they get the bye. They'll play UTEP after their bye week on the 8th. Old Dominion will be back here in a week against Coastal Carolina. The Coastal team, by the way, that was on their bye. So a lot of things to clean up, as you said, Andy, for Old Dominion before they get their first one of the Sun Belt.
Coming off a pretty good win, too.
That is true. So should be an interesting one here next week. So you see the coaches congratulating each other. Colton Joseph tonight. A couple turnovers, but Colton made plays, as he always does. 3 touchdowns for Colton Joseph tonight. 271 yards, the Old Dominion quarterback, to go along with 76 yards rushing.
Not pretty on either side, and obviously the turnovers were a huge part of it with the torrential rains they had earlier in the first half. But both teams had to fight through it. It was ugly, but Monarchs held on. Liberty put a charge in them. They put a scare to them there in that second half. They outplayed them in the third quarter. Kind of a stalemate a little bit in the fourth, but the Monarchs were able to hold on.
So that'll do it for us. For Andy Mishaw, I'm Scott Jackson saying so long from SB Ballard Stadium, Cornblaw Field here in Norfolk, where the final score once again is 21-7 Old Dominion over Liberty. All games airing on ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Good night and thanks for joining us.